Well. It has been a while. Hi. Welcome. Today, we're trying out something a bit more cozy, a bit more chill, a bit more relaxed. Honestly, found this game kind of like by accident. Kinda. A bit. A teeny tiny bit. I was looking for Steam, and I stumbled upon this game, and I was wondering, let's take a look. And then I saw a video, and they started saying, yo, we're actually the developers of the Stanley Parable, and then I was like, okay, let's test it out. And now we are here. Oh no, wrong thing. We're here. Hi. Now we're here. Wonder stop. Wonder stop. Okay. Give me like 1 second. I'll be right back with you guys. You will still hear me, but I just need to disappear for a second. Disappear. Yes, everything works fine and nothing is exploding. Yes, that's all fine. Teehee. Know what's going on? Don't know. Technical issues are the best. When I got a note that you're live in 30 minutes, my Twitch liked it. I was like, damn you! Let's see if it works. I'm back. Hi. Now I can move my mouth and I don't have to talk telepathically anymore. Isn't it great? We love that. So yeah. Last 2 days were interesting. I don't know what's happening with my PC. PC-chan do be struggling quite a lot. It do be struggling quite a lot these days. I don't know why. I probably have to reset it completely at some point. But I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it, and I have to do everything again, and I don't want to do that. No. I don't want to redo everything. Welcome, guys. Wonder stub. I played it a little bit. I tested it out a little bit. It seems interesting. It seems very cozy. But apparently it has like a bit of a like more deeper background in terms of story. In terms of storytelling, it has a bit of deeper background, apparently. So we're gonna see about that. What I noticed is that the starting screen is not looping perfectly, and is already triggering me. I'm already kind of annoyed by that, but that's fine. You and cozy, you're chaos and stinky. Same things. Those are the same things. Sometimes cozy means chaos. It does, believe me. But yeah, so I'm fairly interested in this game because the Stanley Parable is a really good game. And it has very good storytelling, and I am fairly curious to see how this translates into this game. And I am very curious. But yeah. That is what happened. Other than that, I don't know what happened over the last few days. Like I said, PC-chan was struggling. My microphone settings were all resetted for some reason. I don't know why. That was really nice. That was wonderful. I wanted to shoot myself in the head, but hey, it was fine. Just redid everything again because smart me never saved the settings somewhere else. Yes. Backups are important, guys. Backups are important. Yeah, so if I sound a bit weird or cut off at some points, or it's too loud or too quiet, you know, let me know. Because, I think I put everything back to where it was, but I have no idea. I am not good at sound... What is it? Sound editing? Sound design? Something like this. Something along the lines. Actual fun thing. Funny. Not really funny thing. When you're in school, I don't know when it was. I think like 9th or 10th grade. It's either 9th or 10th grade when you have like, when you get like I don't know, an orientation about what jobs you could potentially be interested in. And at school we had like, I don't know, some sort of like tests that they made you do, and then came stuff out. And technically speaking, I was supposed to become an audio engineer. Yeah, well, that would outrage, didn't it? I can hear you. That's too loud already. Well, what do I say about that? Rude. Other than simply just rude. That's 9th grade. It's okay. I'm not entirely sure. One of either 9th or 10th. It probably is 9th because technically you can leave the school after the 9th grade without stuff. No, with graduation. So yeah, I think technically we also did like some sort of IQ test, if I remember correctly. Like we went to like a college and went into their PC rooms and did some sort of testing stuff. It felt really awkward, to be honest. It was a bit awkward. Like, it felt a bit like, yo, there was only one step missing to like, this is your designated job now. You get nothing else to choose in your life. Do this now. Although it's just a recommendation, but it still felt a bit like, it felt a little bit like that. And this time and age. But yeah, apparently I didn't turn out to be an audio engineer, as you can tell. I ended up being a stupid boy on the internet. Yay. Almost the same thing, I swear. Oh man. But yeah, that is how I ended up here. Yeah. What else? Was there anything ever that entirely happened? I don't think that happened too much. I don't think it happened too much. Did something else really important happen that I need to update you guys? Wasn't it only if you had the 5 years in that school you can leave? I think as soon as you finish 9th grade, you technically have the minimum requirement to leave school. I think. I'm not entirely sure how it still works. It's been a while. But I think technically speaking, you have to pass 9th grade and then you have like at least some sort of school thingy thing. I think that worked like that. But I did Abitur, so I'm not entirely sure how it works on like Realschule or Hauptschule, if there is like something different there. I know that my teachers told me that if we stop at like 10th grade, we have like the graduation thing, the school equivalent of a Hauptschule, of a Realschulabschluss. I feel like they told me that, so... But, I don't know. It's been a while. So don't quote me on that. Don't leave school. Just stay in there. Just do your duties. Do your school days. It's gonna be fine. You can handle it. I swear. It will be fine. But yeah. Yeah. Yay! I'm also working getting Abitur too. Yay! Congrats! It's beautiful. Love it. I mean, to be fair, if you just have the Abitur, it doesn't help that much. It looks better than having Hauptschulabschluss, but it's not that much more helpful, I believe. It's only basically like the needed thing that you have to do if you want to get into college or like some sort of higher thing, higher job. I think at some point our police had like the requirement of only people with an Abitur could like get into the police academy. I feel like that was the case at some point, but I think they lowered the requirement quite a while ago. So I don't know. And it's probably still fairly decent. As an education, it is okay. It's fine. But it only really matters if you actually want to go to like college and university and stuff. Yeah. That is the main reason why you would do that. And yeah, if you're me, then you could have also just stopped at Realschule and then just go to the working class. But hey, I experienced college for a bit and then not anymore. Nah, I was fine. Oh man, that was interesting. Interesting times. But it all worked out in the end. It all worked out. I mean, in English, I'm getting ones A's quite often. Math, I'm quite good. E-course bragging rights. German normally good, but teacher problems. Well, I mean, most of my teachers were kinda bad. I think they were trying. I think they were also overworked and underpaid. But yeah, I only really had like 2 teachers that were generally like really enjoyable to sit in class with. That, funnily enough, one of them was my religion teacher. Only like for the last few years of Christianity classes, which is quite weird to say it out loud that we had something like that. I have to remember. Did we had separate classes for Catholic and Protestant Christians? I think we did. I think there was something like that. I'm not entirely sure anymore. I think so, yeah. Technically speaking. Weird. It's still weird. But yeah, for the last few years, that guy was really nice that we had. He was very open. I think he wasn't actually a teacher. I think he was actually a priest. And his teaching style was basically just like, let's just talk. Just talk about the things that are in the Bible and like that happen in life, and don't stick to anything else. Just talk about the stuff that is interesting to you guys. Is yeah, what else am I here to do? I like my math teacher. He's nice and knows how to teach and gives us some sour harbors. And my religion teacher is my German teacher. Ah, well, that makes sense. Because German is like a religion to some people. Yeah, nice teacher really goes a long way. The other very good teacher I had was my history teacher for like a few years. He was actually my like teacher responsible for my class, my homeroom teacher for like a few years, for like the last years before you enter like 11th and 12th grade and you don't have a, well, you do have a homeroom teacher. You just get a new one. You just get assigned to like a new class thingy thing. That guy was really nice. So it was honestly one of the best teachers I ever had. I never was a good student, never in my life. Had a lot to do with the fact that I never in my life learned or did my homework or did anything outside of school. I realize now that that is a part of my issue with school. But yeah, that just kind of... I was a prime example of how good of a teacher you were. Personally. Because I was not influenced by anything outside of school. So the only influence I had was inside of school from my teacher. So if I failed my class, that means you were shit at teaching me. So yeah, I just wanted to prove that to everyone. I have arrived. Welcome. 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 What was your shittiest teacher like? So yeah, my history teacher was really nice. I had straight A's or like 1s in his classes all the time. And he do made me appreciate history quite a lot. I still like history. The thing is, when I came into like the upper classes, so like when you come out of elementary school, one of the subjects I wanted to learn most about was history, because that was one of the most interesting things I wanted to learn about. I don't know why. As a child, I'm not entirely sure. But I liked it. And then you get like the old as sad, depressed teacher that is like not capable of being nice in any way, shape, or form. And she's just teaching history classes. And yeah, that kind of skewed my way in terms of hating that subject so much. So much. I don't know. She was not a nice person. I think we had her. Then we had her back in the upper classes, like 11th and 12th grade. We had her then, and I think back then she was kind of chill because we were older and I think we could understand each other a bit better. But I know that when we were in 5th, 6th, and 7th grade, I hated her so much. She was not a nice person. I understand now that, you know, working with kids is probably one of the most disgusting things you can do in human history, but I would probably turn out the same if I did that for 30 years, but still, it kind of destroyed me. For a while. It's okay. Then there's me who was annoyed by my mom until I learned. I didn't learn, my mom would take my tablet for a few days. If I wrote a 3 or worse, she didn't do anything. If I wrote a bad grade, I learned. Aww. Yeah, I was never really forced to do anything. My parents weren't home that often, so as long as I didn't fail classes, I was alright. And that only happened like 1 year. I was like almost near to repeating 1 year in like, I think 8th grade, because I failed at like my, what is it, 3rd language? Because I didn't like her. I didn't like that woman. I didn't like the teacher. We didn't really get along. But things changed when I started to sit in the front row. That meant I was kind of learning more and focusing more in class, just out of pure necessity, because she was always there. And we got along pretty well. Actually, life hack, if you want to be homies with your teachers, sit in the front row. It's actually pretty cozy there. It's really nice. Most teachers get like really attached to you and they help you during tests and stuff. And they look into your cheats and stuff, so it's fine. It sounds scary and it sounds like one of the most shitty places in the universe to sit in class, but it's actually one of the hidden gems and sitting places in class, as far as I know. The back seats were always the ones that were watched the most. You didn't have any leeway in those. At least in my classes, at least as much as I learned. I mean, history is cool, unlike geography, which is just look at this rock and look at this cloud. I still to this day don't know which types of earth we have, and which types of clouds, and which types of forests, and stuff like that. I still don't know. We looked at that, which type of rocks are there and where do they come from and how did they get here? A few times, but till this day, I don't know how that works. I don't know how clouds really form. It has something to do with water evaporating over the ocean, and then wind happens, and then it rains at some point, but that is all I know. And nothing else was there. Trust me, geography only taught me about this is an ingenious rock, and this is a sediment rock, and ingenious is a volcanic rock with sediment rock, more like ash. Oh, man. To be fair, like, I think geography is actually kind of fun. It can actually be really fun if you teach it right, because the whole structure about geography is how the Earth actually works, right? It's like really, really fascinating. But talking about like what type of rocks are there for like half a year is not it. It's not it, champ. That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna keep my interest. Yeah. I did make her cry a few times when I got my freeze on my Zeugnis because I was scared that I get in trouble from my mom, which I didn't. She was comforting me so much, but I still put too much pressure on myself. Yeah, that happens. That can very well happen, you know, if you punish for bad grades. But yeah, I mean, I think my parents should have probably pushed me harder. It would probably help me. That probably would have helped me, but at the end of the day, truth be told, guys, I know this comes as a surprise, but grades in school are like the most unnecessary thing in the world. No one needs them. They're not necessary at all. They don't show anything other than you were smart enough to read the text and memorize it. That's basically what most grades show in most classes. Like, even if you go like math, okay, you remembered how to do like one formula. Good for you. Nice. And then you move on and you forget about it. The amount of times we were there in like higher classes and my math teacher asked the entire class, yo, you did that last year. Does no one of you remember how you did that? And everyone was agreeing of like, nope, I have no idea. Did we do that? Anyone still know how that works? And even like the smart kids in our school, they always had the same problem. They learn for tests and not for keeping it in mind. So yeah, grades are like the stupidest thing in the world. I mean, there has to be some sort of measurement of like how you're doing in school. But I think after how long do we have a school system now? I think it started like in the 1800s or something, maybe in the 1900s for everyone. I think we should find a way that works better than grades at this point in time, maybe. I mean, if we're talking about that, the general school system probably needs an overhaul by itself. That is probably a thing, because I still don't know why I learned about music history. I still don't know why I had to learn music history or even learn how to play the piano. I don't know. I genuinely can't tell you. I did not keep any of that in my mind. I can understand like the basic things. Of course, yeah, sure. I have like a basic understanding of things that is probably very helpful. But why do I need to know the difference of like every music period in human history? Why exactly? And I can't read notes. They tried their hardest to teach me how to read notes. I have no idea. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. No, thank you. Keep that away from me. Yeah, math is literally just how my teacher always said, Datenformel einsetzen, ausrechnen. Yeah. And show your Lösungsweg. That's very important. And at the higher classes, when you reach like higher classes, you had like, I don't know what that's called in English. In Germany, you have like a book with all the necessary equations for like solving math problems. that also worked for like chemistry and physics. There were also things like that for in there. But you had basically, in Germany we call it Tafelwerk. You had that thing, and at some point this thing was okay to use in tests. So you don't even have to remember the equations anymore, you just have to look them up and use them correctly. I mean, that works. It works for me, less work, but yeah. And then you had like the better calculators that were able to handle like graphic calculations. So they could easily do like graphs and stuff like that and calculate stuff from that. So you don't even have to worry about that anymore. You just have to press the right buttons then. Yeah. Yeah, it was wild. It was wild. It was a wild ride. I recently, you know, when I did the short the other day, with the CD thingy thing, the CD binder, and I kind of made me remember that the first time we had like IT classes in school, we were still saving stuff on floppy disks. Unlike these weird as things that were before CDs. I think they were called floppy disks, weren't they? I think they were. It might be, but I think so. Yeah, we were still saving on those things, so I think that was only for like a year or two until we got new PCs in our school, and then we finally had a CD drive in every PC. That was great. So I had a bunch of floppy disks lying around in my home for like the longest time without any reuse, and they never saw anything saved on them. We just had to get them because if we had a project in those years, we had to save them. So I used one of those 20 I had. Yay. That was good investment. Yay. But yeah. I can officially say I still use floppy disks, so thank you for that, German education system. Damn. I don't even know what we did in like the early times of IT computer science classes. I don't even know what we did there. I remember we had like a potential Photoshop after school course that you could go to. Hi, welcome. We had a potential club, after school club for like Photoshop and stuff like that. Which I think I joined, or I think I went to for like at least a few times, or was like a course. It went on for like 4 weeks or something. I don't know exactly how it works. I just remember that I did that for a while, but I don't remember what we did in like early computer science classes. I have no idea. Did we learn how to use Word? I don't know. I definitely didn't learn how to use the. I definitely didn't learn how to use my keyboard, because I'm using one hand fully on my keyboard and the right hand is just one finger if I type things. It's so weird, actually. It's so weird. I recently saw a video about that, and I realized that myself, that I'm typing with one finger. Sometimes we have potential, we just have to look for it. I don't know how much harder I have to look. I have found no potential. But yeah, you all have potential of like going up a hill and then you can roll down, so we get potential energy, you know? Physics, yay! That's how potential energy worked, right? We drank tea from Glasbecher in science. From like these beacon thingy things. I don't know. Are we still? I think most of the time we're still not allowed to drink in class. I think most teachers I had still were like, no, not during my class. You're not allowed to drink during my class. Do that in your break time. I think we were still in that episode of life. I don't know why. I can understand that, like, opening up fizzy drinks during that is really annoying. Because, like, you have the every 5 seconds when someone does that. But to be fair, like, if I want to drink something, why restrain me from drinking? It's the same question with if I have to go to the bathroom. Why are you saying no? I should have gone during the break. Why? Yeah, but the fake ones, not the thin ones. Yeah, like the, I don't know, I think they're called breakers or something like that. I have not paid attention in chemistry. Chemistry was my... Actually, yeah, I think that was just because of my teacher. I actually kind of looked forward to chemistry as well, but my teacher was also kind of like an old hag, a witch, a really rude-ass woman, like someone you were scared to have as your neighbor, and that kind of ruined chemistry for me. Also, the only time someone ever got caught cheating during a test was during a chemistry test. Not me, because I never cheated. I failed my tests proudly and honestly. I don't know, did I fail that many tests? I don't think so. I got a lot of 4s. Got a lot of D's in my life. Got a lot of D's. These nuts! Okay. But yeah. That was the only time I think someone got caught for cheating on the test. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, he did it really, really stupidly. He had like the cheat sheet in his Mäppchen. In his like pen case. And he just kept that thing open all the time, and you know, as soon as she walked by, she saw it and it was over. Game over. We're only not allowed to drink in the PC room and chemi room. There are laptops in other rooms we can drink. Yeah, by today I think it's fairly normal that you're allowed to drink, but back in my day, people still had like an issue with that. I don't know why. Oh. I get not eating in class. That I do get. Also, why? Why was it every time in lunch break that the people who bought like the most outrageous smelling food were always coming back to class? Like, some people went out and got like doner, and they got like the most garlicky doner they could get, or get like Chinese stir-fry noodles, and they were like the real chemistry shit, so they smelled like through the entire room, and they were always coming back into class, and the entire classroom was like smelling of that food for like the next 3 periods. It was so annoying. It was so annoying. Can't believe how annoying it was. But yeah. Happens all the time. Happened all the time. I still remember when we ate the ice, one classmate told the classmate who gave the ice cream that he wants a lot of vanilla. This glass was 9% of vanilla, 3% cookie dough ice, and the rest chocolate. Looked like he was suffering. No. I think we only had one instance where we actually ordered like pizza to our classroom. With like the permission of the teacher, obviously. But that was only like one time. It was fairly cool, actually. Like ordering pizza straight to your class, because I was like in the higher grades. I was like in 11th or 12th grade. It was like in 11th and 12th grade. So the teachers were more chill back in those days. They were more chill. You were older, they were older. You understand each other better. Definitely cooler. Definitely cooler. Yeah. We all laughed, including him. Okay, as long as it's all in good fun. I mean, it's ice cream at the end of the day, so no harm done. Although I sometimes I see like these eating challenges from like guy that's called Beard Meets Food, and sometimes he does like ice cream challenges, and I wonder how people survive that. I think like you have to get like some sort of frostburn in your stomach if you eat so much ice cream so fast. Like holy hell. That is always something that I see, and I'm kind of like, what the fuck? How is he not dying from this? Not like really about the volume of food. I think that is fine, but the sugar and like the sheer coldness, I don't know how his body handles that. I would be freezing to death, and that from the inside. How do you unfreeze yourself from the inside? I guess like hot chocolate or like coffee helps quite a lot. I guess. Maybe, potentially. Oh yeah. How about we start the game? The game actually has to do with like... Okay, I don't know too much about the game. I played it a little bit. The game actually has to do with themes like burnout and stuff like that. So... curious to see how it tackles those things, just so you're aware of that. That there might be some sort of like things about burnout, and I think a little bit of depression, maybe. I think if you see the intro, I think you're gonna understand a little bit better what it's gonna be about. So yeah, I'm gonna shrink myself, hide myself in the corner. Hide myself in the corner like this, and we're gonna slowly start. Once got a brain freeze from slush eyes. We did it on purpose and to see how fast we get it. I don't think I ever got brain freeze. I don't think I ever got it, but I'm also not the person that likes cold things that much. Huh. Joke's on me, isn't it? Like in terms of like ice cream, I don't mind it too much. I eat ice cream occasionally, but given the chance, I rather go for like straight chocolate or gummy bears instead of ice cream. Also, I'm old and my teeth don't handle the cold very well. But yeah, I don't think I ever had like brain freeze, and as much as I can remember, though. It could be that it happens sometimes. And also, if it's not there, it can't freeze, right? Ha 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 ha. Funny. Man. Okay. I'm gonna shut up now, and I'm gonna press the new game button, and you're gonna look at this very beautiful intro. I think it's voiced. I think the intro was voiced, so I can shut up and drink my tea. Yay! Hello? Okay. Maybe I have to click into the game. Yeah, that voice better. Ivy Road presents.
My name is Alta, and I am a fighter. When you're in a fight with someone, only one thing matters. Control. Are you in control or not? Because if you're not, here's what happens. You get hit. Hard. You feel scared. You submit. But if you do the work, if you put in the hours, if you give yourself no excuses, then you take back control. That feeling right there, The moment when you realize that your pain does not have to be an impediment, but it can be what drives you. That's the reason why I became a fighter. It's why I pushed myself harder than anybody I have ever known. I trained like my life depended on it. I did the time. I put in the work. And so, to this day, I have not lost a fight in 3.5 years. Undefeated for that long. God, it took everything, but I earned it. This is what I devoted my entire life to. Finally, I'm here. I made it. I can... I lost? How? No. I must have gotten sloppy, complacent. I must have slacked on my training. I'm so stupid! But I can use this failure to push myself even harder. Train myself back up better than ever. Right. Maybe the loss was actually a lesson I needed. Once I've made it back to the top, I'll never allow... Again. I'm a failure. I'm weak. I'm a failure. Again. I'm a failure. A failure. I don't deserve it. I don't deserve it. I don't want to be this person. No. Snap out of it, Alta. Do not go to that place again. Take responsibility. This can be fixed. Only one person in the world is good enough to train me back up. Master Winters. She was an unrivaled fighter in her time. A god. She'll know what to do. Her home lies deep within a forest, at the edge of the world. I'll find her no matter what it takes. I'll do whatever she demands of me. And when I leave this place, it will be on nobody's terms, but mine.
So you see now, there is a darker theme lying behind the coziness. I think overall it's gonna be cozy. So, yeah. Feels good. It's refreshing to have something to chase again. What kind of training will Master Winters put me through? I'm sure it'd be brutal. Good. I hope it's brutal. Just, I have to... Wow. I'm tired. No, we're gonna keep moving. Right, I can't slow down. I can't hesitate. Hesitation is why I lost those fights. I was lazy. I let myself get complacent. I have to ensure it never happens again. That's all that matters. I have to... Wait, what's going on? Why does my sword suddenly feel so... heavy? What happened? I can't carry it. Stop this, Altar. Pick your sword up. Pick it up. What are you doing? No. This is impossible. I've carried a sword with me every single day for more than 7 years. It's part of my own body at this point. What's going on? What's wrong with me? Do I leave the sword here? Can I do that? Is that okay? I don't know if I have any other choice. I'll never find Master Winters at the pace I'm going. I'll just leave it here for now. And as soon as I find her, we'll come get the sword and resume the training. I'll be right back. Okay, there we go. It feels good to move quickly. You know, if I keep up this pace, I could... hang on. No, we're gonna keep moving. Right, don't stop. Keep moving. This is exactly what it took to become undefeated. As long as I prove myself to Master Winters, she'll know what to do next. She'll fix me. She'll fix all of this. Right? I can't be fixed. Can we fix her, Chad? Can we? Can we truly fix her? Can we fix something? if we're not fixed. Oh. Hi. Welcome. A very good morning, miss. Good to see you are awake. I have to go. My goodness. You're not feeling well. I can't stay here. I need to leave. Oh, I see. Oh, delightful. Say, Bor would very much like a cup of tea. Which is to say, this one's name is Bor. A pleasure to be making your acquaintance. And are you having a name as well? Alta. Wonderful. Welcome to Wonderstop, Miss Alta. Wonderstop is the name of my tea shop, you see. Right there in front of us. As long as I'm making tea, would Miss Alta like some tea as well? No. An acceptable answer. Tea only for Boro then. Wait. Did you carry me here from the forest? Indeed. It seems I'm still having the upper body strength of my youth. Boro was once fastidious about developing his triceps, if you can imagine. My sword. You have to go back and get my sword. Oh, not to worry. Boro already retrieved the sword. It was lying not too far from where I found you. So you could pick the sword up? Did it feel really heavy? No, I don't believe so. Just the normal sword weight. Is the sword supposed to be heavy? It was heavy just before I passed out. How interesting. No, it was simply the way the sword should be. May I be asking what brought you here to this forest? I'm looking for someone. I see. For fun. Master Winters is a legendary warrior. She lives somewhere out here. I need her to train me. So, for fun. Wonderful. Now then, it is time for the tea Boro promised to himself. Very exciting. Something has occurred to me. You said you are not wanting to drink tea, but perhaps you'd wish to help me make tea. The making of tea, it is good for the soul and body. Perhaps help you recover? I'm a fighter, not a tea maker. Ha! Only fighting for Miss Alta. She does not sleep, breathe, or eat. Only fight. Yeah, basically. Well, I suggest that you at least do the breathing. Very important stuff. And although making tea is perhaps not as vital as breathing, I think you'd enjoy it. Think of yourself. You have collapsed from your journeys and are badly in need of rest. You can run back into the woods. Yes, it's true. Or you can briefly relax here while keeping your hands occupied. What is there to lose by spending just a few easy minutes making tea? And then, of course, straight back to your exciting journey in the forest. Nothing but a momentary diversion. What do you say? Do not feel like you have to answer right now. I'll be over there inside the shop. If you wish to help me make tea, come speak with me and I would be glad to show you how. It is entirely up to you. Please take your time and be well. What a nice man. So, gonna make some tea then. I guess. And there we are! Inside the game. Use to move the camera. Yay! Like I said, I played a little bit. Not much. I played like, I think almost through the tutorial. And that was it. You can run. You can toggle running on and off. And we are now inside of the tea shop. Look at it! Isn't it cozy? There's like a little roller coaster of beetles. Isn't that great? I don't know how good it is, but I'm just gonna assume it's wonderful fun, right? You might be drowning a little bit. Now looking at it and seeing that they're like riding over the water the entire time. So you might be drowning a little bit, but I think that's part of the fun. Drowning is supposed to be fun. Remember, guys. It looks really cool. Really like it. Really like the way it looks. Okay. I didn't see that. Ooh. Ooh, cool jazz. Like that. There are pictures we can take. We can take a lot of pictures. Hi, Burrow. I'm here to make tea. You have to look cool. Wide up. Okay. Hello. Ah, hello, miss. Decided to join me. I'll do this with you only until I'm well enough to travel. Very good. I am understanding completely. Now then, we must be showing you the steps to make tea. If we are going to do this properly, we must harvest our own ingredients. No cutting corners at Wonder Stop. Please, won't you come with me? I will show you the maintenance room to gather our tools. Highlight mode. Hold RT to highlight the current location of our characters and key items in the clearing. Yay! I have assassin vision. I'm officially a hitman now. Welcome to the maintenance room. Here you will find all sorts of useful tools for running a tea shop. For instance, the tools that we must use to dry the tea leaves. Do you see the basket that is right there? Go ahead and pick it up. With the basket in hand, you can gather up tea leaves that have grown outside. Just scoop them right into the basket. No trimming required. Remember, you'll need an entirely full basket before the tea drying process can begin. Once your basket is full, return here and place the leaves into one of the bowls. The leaves will begin naturally drying themselves just like that. If you have used up all of the tea bushes that are in front of our shop, you can always find more out in the clearing. They regrow in plentiful numbers along the outer edges of the clearing. No need to worry about running out. All sounds good? Why don't you get some tea leaves drying then? Please come speak with me. Okay. Let's go. Let's do the very important task of finding tea leaves. Yay. Those are a lot of tea leaves for like one cup of tea. Yay. Look, I have a full basket of leaves now. I would like to leave now. Throwing them in here. And Borrow is happy with us. Excellent job. Please come to see me to discuss next steps. Hello. You set the leaves out to dry, and it will be several minutes before the process is complete. Once they have fully dried, they will clump together into a tea ball, easy for storage and transportation. Yes, the tea ball really is the most convenient of nature's miracles. But miss, we can put the tea ball out of our minds for now. The next step is to do a bit of gardening. Perhaps you already saw the wall of tools behind you. Each of them can help us in some way. Right now though, all we are needing is a watering can. It looks like a frog. Please, won't you take the watering can with you? Perhaps stash it in your pocket for easy use. Then, with your watering can stashed, come and meet me outside by the garden. Press X to stash an item. This will move it into your pocket. X can be used when an item is in your hand or when the item is on the ground in front of you. Give me my kawaii watering can, please. To open the pocket, press and hold DDD. To retrieve an item, select, scroll through the inventory list, DDD. Okay. I just would like to get the watering can. Thank you very much. Look at that beauty. Isn't it cute? A little frog with a little flower growing out of its head. I don't know if that's healthy. I don't know if that's good for frogs or not. Hello, Borrow. Welcome to the garden. Here's where Borrow likes to do the planting of plants. As you can see, we already have blue fern here in the garden. But miss, we can grow this simple plant into a larger one, almost like magic. Please imagine a grid surrounding our blue fern. If you were to plant 2 additional simple plants on either side of it forming a line, then the fern in the middle becomes a plant egg. It is the miracle of life. Here, I will give you a seed for more blue ferns so that you can try it for yourself. Of course, you can be making these plants anywhere in the clearing that you like, not just the garden. Or simply enjoys the feeling of making plants in the garden. So why don't you go ahead and make a line of blue seeds and let me know when it's done. Yay! Gardening! Nothing wrong with a little bit of gardening. I played Stardew Valley. I know how to garden. Plant! Plant! And as it works in real life as well, obviously, if you plant 3 of the same plants next to each other, you get a plant egg. That is how plants reproduce, child. That is how it works. I finished making the plant egg. Fantastic! The next step is to be watering it. Remember the watering can you stashed earlier? Now is the time to be retrieving it. Please take the watering can to any of the spigots connected to the water. We have several around. Fill the watering can with water, then pour it onto our new egg. Once you've done this, please do come speak with me again. Yay! And now we're gonna water our egg, because that is how eggs grow. Yes, yes, yes. Give me your water. Good thing that I don't have to pump. That is very nice. I like not to pump my water. Yo, look at that. Look at that. I'm going to do something else. Ah, you've successfully watered the plant egg. Once you water the egg, it will grow into a hybrid plant. The plant you have made is what I call a small hybrid. Try using your watering can on it again. It will grow even more seeds. In this way, you can be using small hybrids to make as many new plants as you'd like. Once you've picked a fresh new seed from the small hybrid, please let me know. Okay. Water! And gimme that. Okay, I got my seeds. Excellent. Let us move on to the next step. How... Oh my god, how many steps are there? Haha, do not be alarmed, miss. We're down to the last several dozen steps in the process. Are you serious? No, this was a joke. Barbara was joking. Really aren't too terribly far off. Please, I will back your patience. I know this is being a lot, but I'm certain you will handle it admirably. Can you guess what we'll be making after small hybrids? Guess! Large hybrids? That is correct. Just as small hybrids produce seeds, large hybrids will give us fruits. Remember how we used the line pattern to be making small hybrids? Well, to make large hybrids, we need instead use this triangular pattern. You don't have to reuse any of the plants we planted to make this small hybrid. This is an entirely new shape. How does it sound? Simply use some of the blue seeds you produce to make this new triangle pattern. Once you've made the large hybrid, water it to receive fruit, just like you did to get the seeds. Go ahead and try it. And please tell me when you've picked the fresh fruit from the plant. This is how things work. I need more seeds. I need more seeds though. Gimme. How much do I need for? One more time? Yeah. Like this. Gimme. Nice. Okay. No, not this bag. I want this. Why do I have 6 now? Okay, apparently you get more than 1 out of it. Apparently. Okay, like this. And like that. And like this. And now we have an egg. This is how nature works. And now there grows stuff. Also very important to know if you ever want to do gardening, just water your plants more and more until they grow something. Yes, yes, yes. I did it. I made fruit. Wonderful, miss. You've excelled at gardening. Truly you have. The fruit you've made is called a chip chip, and we'll be using it in our tea momentarily. I will tell you though, if you wish, there are many more hybrids to discover. We'll have a variety of large hybrids and small hybrids that can be made using these patterns. Here, I'll be giving you a field guide that shows you more. Within these pages of the field guide, you will see prompts for how to make the other hybrids. You can also learn more about the fruits each large hybrid produces. Understanding the attributes of these fruits will be quite useful when making tea, yes. Okay, that's all for gardening. Do you feel accomplished? That's a sort of silent treatment that can only mean one thing. It's time to make tea. Come, let's go inside and I will explain the tea machine to you. Press Y to open your field guide. Okay, this is basically the part where I stopped playing last time, so... everything from here is fresh to me as well. Never even looked at that. Okay, there are a few things we can grow. Mactays, Blue Roomba, Phillips, Sunset Trebles. Okay, I have no idea what these means. Chipchat plant, Puff Pop Fern, Weeping Friedel, Essie's Flower. Okay, this field guide belongs to me. I'm gonna go now. Bye. Bye bye. See you later. Where the hell is Boro? Ah, there's Boro. Hello, Boro. Here we are, back inside the shop. With a whirlwind adventure you and I have been on. Why is this so complicated? I thought tea was simple. Goodness no, tea making will crush the mind, it will. If this is all too much information, then perhaps we should take a small break. Just let our mind relax a bit. Oh, Boru could tell a joke. I'm scared, but sure, tell me this joke. Okay, here's the joke. A librarian and a farmer are eating dinner in a fancy restaurant. Suddenly, one of them notices a sign that says, "No librarians or farmers allowed." They both become quite scared that they're going to be kicked out of the restaurant. And suddenly, the farmer removes his mask and reveals he's actually an astronaut. Or maybe... Actually, hang on. What if they're eating dinner in space and the sign says, "No astronauts"? Okay, yes, that is much funnier. Are you improvising this joke? Yes. Why? Well, Boru is attempting a more organic feeling for the joke. That way, the humor is feeling light and fresh, wouldn't you agree? Fine, but this better make me laugh. Yes, of course. Okay, where are we? The librarian and the farmer are eating dinner at a restaurant in space, and the sign says, "No astronauts allowed." This means there is no concern of them being kicked out of the restaurant until both of them remove their masks. They are both astronauts. Oh no, this is a tragedy. Surely they are going to be kicked out of their space restaurant. But then, let's see. But then the sign removes its mask too. It is the sign after all. It's the dessert menu. Dessert menu. Yeah, the desert. Yeah. They both order dessert. One asks for custard and the other asks for banana split. Then, after dessert, they leave the restaurant and go to a movie theater. Is this joke going somewhere other than the movie theater? Miss, this is all part of a process. Humor cannot be rushed. Yeah, but it has to get somewhere eventually. Do not worry. With Captain Borho in charge, this boat will be steered safely into the harbor of laughs. Okay. So after dinner, they go to the movie theater and they look at what movies are playing. Many movies are showing. There are some comedies, some dramas, a couple of horror films, and... let's see. Oh, I've got it. Here's the punchline. So one of the astronauts says, "How about this movie? It's called The Train That Ran Out of Fuel." And the average one says, "No thanks, I hear it really loses steam at the end." I wish I had a laugh track that I could play for you guys now. Because this joke is hilarious. Did you get it? The movie and the train both lose steam. But what was the point of the astronauts? Why was there a whole section of the joke where they ate dinner and took off their masks? That was character building. Creating context. You see, the first half of the joke helps you to care about them. You're invested in their story. No, I'm not. I don't care about the astronauts at all. Ah, I see. Well, this is all useful feedback. Bower will be refining and workshopping his material going forward. At any rate, that delightful diversion into comedy has left us both refreshed and relaxed. Shall we get back to tea making? I'm quite excited because this next step is the most important of all. Behold! The tea machine! Wait, that thing is a tea machine? Oh, Jesus Christ. How much tea are we gonna do? Yes, the tea machine is the most vital part of preparing drinks. Is it user-friendly? Miss, I do not even know. But for your convenience, I will add a few new pages to your field guide. These instructions should help explain how the tea machine is to be used. I hope so too. Otherwise, it's gonna be a very painful process. Me when I'm bored. He tried. He generally tried. What a nice guy. How to use the tea machine. They will also explain where to be using the tea ball and the chip fruit that we made earlier. How does that sound? Would you like to try using these instructions to make tea? Can you just show me the steps? I'm not sure if I want to be constantly checking a book. Of course, I'm completely understanding. I will show you steps to use the machine, but remember that they are all written down in your feed guide as well. First, climb up this ladder, with the rope at the top. Ladder can conveniently be used to access all parts of the tea machine. Once you're up here, pull down on the rope to pour as much water as you'd like. Okay, go give it a shot and I will move on to the next step when you're done. Why did you put that rope so high up? You could have just, like, put the rope near everything else, couldn't you? Pour the water! Water go! How much water can I put in here? Can I make it overflow? Sad. I want to put more water in it. Next up is to heat the water. Simply climb down the ladder a bit to reach the bellows. Pump the bellows while keeping the heat at exactly the right temperature. Once the water is fully boiling, the step will be completed. Got it! I got it! Woo! God, this is annoying. Yay, it's boiling. Now that this is steaming hot water. You're doing quite well so far, managing our complicated tea machine with ease. Tell me, are Boru's instructions helpful, or would you rather be figuring out the rest of the machine on your own? Yeah, keep giving me the instructions, I'm too lazy to read. Of course, I'm more than happy to. Next, you will rotate the ladder to the right until you reach this valve. Kick the valve and it will transfer our boiling water over to the infuser. Oi. Oi. Damn. Oi. Nice. Okay, going here. That is not how physics works, but I guess it's magic at some point. Okay. Just like that, our water scurries over to the infuser. While the infuser is open, position yourself in front of it with an item in your hand. You can reach the infuser from the bridge or while still on the ladder, which you prefer. Then you toss any item in the diffuser, any item at all. This is of course where you'll be placing a T-ball and a chip into the mixture. Give it a shot. Wait, I have them in my inventory? I have a chip jab. Yo! Bonk. But I don't have a T-ball. I need a T-ball. Give me your balls. These are massive. Can I please get T? Get a T-ball. We can play soccer with that. Football. Ever you prefer. No, not stashing. Putting it here. Yo! Nice. Well done. Water will only be changing color once you've added your T-ball. Okay, one more valve to kick and then we'll move on to our final step. Okay. The finished tea has been transferred to our final orb. The pyramid. Next step will be to get off the ladder and find an empty cup and place it on the grate below. Then pull the rope you see here in order to pour the tea into the cup. And that's it. You'll be having yourself a shiny new cup of chip tea. Congratulations! You can even pour multiple cups of tea from the same batch if you wish. Okay. How do I get the cup? There's the cup. Can I take any cup? What cup do I want? What's my favorite cup? I like this cup. Give me this cup. And then we pour. Or not. We pour. Hold. Whoopsie. Okay, this can overflow. Oh, maybe you should have told me that. Teacup. Here is your tea, mister. This is the tea that you have made. Yep, here it is. Aha, splendid. And how does it taste? Is it good? Delicious. It is everything that Bo was hoping for. Won't you join me at my favorite bench? I think it would be the perfect place to enjoy this tea. Fine. That is the spirit. Going back to the bench up there. Where we're going. Delightful. A cup of tea, nice view, and new acquaintance. Tell me, do you find the scenery as enchanting as I do? Is it a feast for your eyes? I'm just here until I'm well enough to leave. So you keep telling me, over and over and over. It's just that I have something very important to do and I can't waste any time. Will the important thing vanish if you spend 1/2 hour making tea? Maybe, I don't want to take the risk. I see. I did not know that the matter was of such importance. Must be quite stressful, yes? Be so constantly vigilant. Stress is the cause of greatness. And to be great is all that matters? For me, yes. I must say, you and I have very different relationship with our careers. Running a tea shop, it is quite a relaxing endeavor, yet still very rewarding. To make a warm drink and put it in the hands of a customer. Yum! What a feeling. If you ever put your mission on hold, I'm always looking for help here at the shop. Oh wait, put my mission on hold? Why exactly would I do that? I simply mean that it is possible you decide to stop looking for this Master Winters, and if that were to happen, you'll be welcome to stay here and... What are you talking about? You think I'm someone who would just give up on this? It could happen. People are changing their courses all the time. Perhaps you're not able to be finding her, or you're simply tired. It is normal to... Wait, no. Stop right there. You've known me for 10 minutes, and you're talking about how you think I'd quit? I have devoted every day of my life to this, every single day for years and years. You have no idea the sacrifices I've made, the pain I've endured. You can't begin to imagine it. Do you understand that fighting is the only single thing I spent my life on? I can't give it up. I'm sorry, miss. I was not meaning to touch on such a nerve. It's not a nerve, it's me. You're talking about me. If I don't find Master Winters, then I can never be the person I want to be, ever again. But you think I should just give it up? Live in mediocrity for the rest of my life? Just serve tea and try not to spend every single day thinking about how I had everything let it slip away? You want me to fail? Would it feel good to see the big strong warrior have to fall and cry and beg for help? Miss, can I... What am I doing here? Why am I even having this conversation? Well, there goes that enthusiasm. Why? Why can I not lift my own sword? It doesn't make sense. I need to get out of here. I need to get out of here right now. Well, there is a point when dedication turns into something not healthy. No. I can't give up on finding Master Winters. Never. Not until she trains me back up to excellence. Back to being undefeated. If I have to, I'll... I can't believe how tired I've been. Keep moving. I can't move. I can't. I don't have the energy.
Why are you here in this forest? Because of those fights. I lost and there was no good reason. I lost. It was so stupid. I was undefeated for over 3 years. Remember how bad it felt, Alta? How you wanted to die? That's why you're here, in this forest. Hold on to that feeling. Hold on to that anger.
Yes. This is the motivation I needed. I need the fear. I need the anger. I need it to lose. I can use it to get better. Look at me. I'm back. How do you like this, huh, Boro? You think I'd quit because it got hard? Maybe once I'm back to normal, I find him just so I can show him how strong. Dead. I'm back at it again. Welcome to the time loop. Ah, there you are, coming around again. I must say, continuing to carry you here from the forest is reinvigorating Boris' triceps. How are you feeling? Any better? Miss? Something's wrong with me. What's going on? What's wrong with me? Miss, I'm not seeing anything wrong with you. I collapsed out there multiple times. That's not like me. Yes, what a surprise that the person pushing themselves to the brink of exhaustion would collapse. It is a mystery. I am completely baffled. I've pushed myself to the brink of exhaustion every day for years, and this has never happened. Well, perhaps this is the result of pushing yourself to the brink of exhaustion every day for years. The days add up, miss. I'm not okay with it. Not okay with the body having physical limits? Yes, we'll file out a complaint from the right way. Miss Alter, you are tired. Can you not see how tired you are? It is palpable. You radiate exhaustion. I'm not a scientist, doctor. I did not do the 14 years of scientist doctor school, but it is obvious that what you need is some time to rest. Take your attention off this task of yours and just let the mind wander. That sounds unproductive. Extremely. Now you're understanding. Miss Alter, being so productive is causing her great harm, it would seem. But if I can find Master Winters, any pain I put myself through now will be worth it. Miss, I cannot make you stay here. You're welcome to return to the forest. You can go out there and run to your heart's content. You can collapse again and again and again if that's what you want. And then one of these times you will be collapsing for good. But here, in the tea shop, you can spend some time relaxing. Will it fix you? No, but it may let you heal just a little bit. So here was what I'm suggesting. Stay here and help me run the tea shop, just for now. The work is simple here, but it's enjoyable and not too hard. We have no goals to meet and no schedule to keep. We work on our own time. It might be a good way to take your mind off things and just relax. Then, when you feel fully at 100% strength again, away you go. Simple, restful, and no obligations. What do you say? I don't know. Do not worry. Nobody's forcing anything. You can leave or stay anytime. How about this? I will here in the shop, tending to what is needed. If you would like to try out running the tea shop, just come speak with me. Take your time. There is no rush. So what do you say, Alta? I'm gonna sit back and relax a bit. Damn, clipping through trees. So, what we learned, guys, pushing yourself to the limit for years and years on end is probably not the healthiest thing we can do. But it's something we're probably all familiar with to some degree, isn't it? The strive for perfection. Can I try to pick it up? No. My sword is here. And King Arthur is apparently one of my ancestors because I can't pick it up anymore. I have to get worthy. Well, if King Arthur was part of my ancestors, I probably was worthy. I don't know. You know what I mean. So yeah. Out of curiosity. Oh, pink seeds. Nice. Give me. Out of sheer simple curiosity, can I go through the door for the door? Can I try to run? Where even is the point of leaving? Here? There's a map. Let me go! Leave the clearing and return to the forest? Yes. Let me try. You heard of Sword and Stone. Now get ready for Sword on the Stone, the bootleg sequel. I don't think that's, I don't think the story is gonna be that exciting though. Ha, that was a laugh. Make tea? No thanks. What a joke that guy is. Borrow. Stupid name. Remember Alta? Don't lose sight of why you're here. Find Master Winters. Train with her. She's the only option. She's the only option I have. I'll find her if I just work a little harder. I can do that. I can work harder. I've always just worked harder. And edge. We can actually go outside. Something I don't do in real life and something we probably shouldn't do in game either. It is dangerous and we should stay here. Welcome back, Miss. Another exciting adventure in the forest, it seems. Ow. Please, be careful not to push yourself too hard. You've been in a great deal of stress. I thrive on stress. Haha, this is very big talk from someone who has just passed out. Wise. Generally speaking, collapsing from exhaustion is... how to phrase it? Not intended. I like Borrow. Borrow is nice. This isn't exhaustion. Something is just wrong with me. Is the thing that's wrong with you exhaustion? No, it's something else. I don't know what. Whatever it is, Master Winters can help me. Ah yes, how silly of me to think it was exhaustion. Well then, I believe I will be returning back to look after the shop. As always, you're welcome to join me in making tea. But it is your decision to be making. Wishing you the best, miss. If this was an anime, you probably would go out there 5 more times. You realize it's no use. Until you probably realize there is no use, there is no choice. You're trapped. But since I am the anime protagonist, I obviously know that, and now we're gonna go speak to Borrow. This is actually really cozy hut. It is actually really cozy here. How about we just wander through his garden for a little bit? Just look at what he has. And steal a little bit of his stuff. Technically speaking, we're already like walking away with his watering can and his basket. But apparently he doesn't mind. Hey, there's another exit to the forest. Nice. So we can escape multiple times. Could also be that he's like a little witch. You know, like, I don't know if you know that. Like the witch from Hansel and Gretel. Like, appears to be nice, and then you get stuffed into a cage and get fed until you're big and chunky and you're ready to be made into nice. What's it called? Into a Sunday roast? Something like that. Could also be that Boru is just a giant big ass psychopath who just doesn't want to leave. Let us leave. Could be. Always remember, kids, stranger danger. Never trust strangers completely. Except for this situation where they give you free candy. Then obviously go with them. Always and always. I mean, it's free candy. Why wouldn't you? I mean, it depends on the candy, to be fair. Imagine if they give away, like, free after eights or something like that. Who would want that? Be sure that they give you free, good-tasting candy, please. Before you enter their things. Okay, apparently we can get mushrooms. Can get a little bit of mushrooms. Gift shroom. I'm inclined to put that gift shroom into the tea making machine. What does that say about me? I don't know. I was thinking this was poo for a bit, but it's just leaves. It's just leaves. Okay, give me more shrooms, please. My pocket is full. No! No, my pockets! Yeah, ran for the bush. Oh yeah, I can sprint. Okay. Well, we looked through things. Oh, there's more cups. Is there like a stash where I can put things? Hello? I'm just gonna drop the mushroom here. You're not gonna mind, do you? Haha! So you're feeling up for helping me run the tea shop then? Briefly. Literally, as soon as I can pick up my sword again, I'm out of here. Of course, the very split second you're well enough. Besides, I have literally nothing else to do. I owe you for carrying me out of the forest. So if I was in your debt for that, consider the debt repaid. It sounds like a very equitable business exchange. So, what's first? What's first is that we must be better acquainting you with the shop. Please come with me. Yay, tutorial. I'm gonna have to clean now, don't I? You're gonna give me the broom now, don't you? Hello. Welcome back to the maintenance room. Miss Alter. The last time we were here, I pointed you in the direction of our watering can. But I did not tell you much about the other tools. They're also quite useful, yes. The broom is useful for sweeping out unsightly leaf piles that gather outside, and if you find any trinkets hidden in the leaves, you're welcome to keep them. Similar, if you notice any weeds growing outside, perhaps you'll use our clippers. Personally, Bo finds it quite relaxing to a bit of weeding. Am I weird for thinking this? Perhaps. This is all quite a lot of information, yes? Here, I will add some notes to your field guide. That way, it is all conveniently written down. I hope you will be taking good care of our shop tools. Burrow is quite fond of them. Also, did you see the little trains moving on the rails? This is our dishwasher. This is a dishwasher. Okay. When a cup is dirty, you can be placing it here. On one of the dishwashing train cars. Then the cup will be dropped over here in the maintenance room. It is a traditional rail, train, and waterfall dishwashing system, as in olden times. Is everything making sense so far? No. Yes, lie. Very good. I'm glad to hear. While we were here in the maintenance room, let us get you some attire. You're to run the shop, and you must look the part. How else will our customers know that you come for tea? I want customers to feel intimidated. Are we doing like the Karen Cafe? Oh god, people just walk up to me and ask me for tea? With the right apron, they will. Here, let us see if this apron looks the part of it on you. Ah, perfect. Perfect. Wow, with this apron, you look like someone full of excitement around the tea shop. Try to look angrier. Other than looking extremely angry, you look extremely excited to be here. Okay, there's one more thing we must do before opening the shop. This way. Can I pick my tools? Give me tools. How do I give me tools? Yay, I got tools now. Borrow! Fuck, where are you going? Ah, there he is. How many people are actually coming here? Like, I don't think that's a well-used street forest thing, no. And it's your lovely sword! Very beautiful specimen. The sword is still too heavy to lift, yes? Apparently so. Plot twist, he glued that thing to the stone. Yep, still heavy. Wonderful. Ah, he didn't. Sad thing. Please, come with me. Where are you? What are you doing with my sword? Gonna throw that thing in the water now? What are you gonna do with that? Excuse me, mister! That sword was expensive! What you doing? Where are we going? Tell me! Are you putting it on the pedestal? Are you putting it into a tree? Are we actually gonna make this like a King Arthur reference? It really doesn't feel heavy to you. Not even a small amount. For now, I'll leave the sword right here. Why? Perfect. It's quite lovely here, don't you think? Well, you don't know how important the sword is to me. Can I be asking where the sword came from? I don't know why I shouldn't tell him. I don't even know where it came from. I want to know too. Tell him. When I first began taking fighting seriously, I decided I would smith my own sword. It seemed like a good idea. I threw myself into it, learning everything there was to know about blacksmithing. But soon, I realized I could easily spend my entire life just learning to make swords. It was so complex. If I wanted to become great, I had to pick only one thing and commit to it, and leave everything else behind. So I picked only one thing: being a fighter. After that, I commissioned a great blacksmith, someone equally devoted to their craft, to make the sword for me. I was obsessive. I demanded 1,000,000 alterations. We didn't stop until the sword was perfect. A sword that would let me pursue this one focus and leave everything else behind. I'm not a blacksmith. I'm not a tea maker. I'm a fighter. That's all I intend to be. The sword is a part of me. I feel sick not being able to hold it anymore. I'm going to find a way to carry it again. I promise. Yes, I can see that you will. Bauer is most confident in you. Sword in the stump. Well, sword laying at the stump. I don't know. We could have also just kept it on the stone at this point, but I guess it has a better view here or something, or it's protected from the rain, or why didn't we take it inside? I don't know. Alright, I believe it's time for us to open the shop. Are you having other questions before we start? So, how exactly am I supposed to run this tea shop? Well, I suppose making tea for customers is generally preferred. But other than that, you may be doing as you please. There are no specific rules. Simply take care of the shop in whatever way is feeling right to you. Customers may very well soon arrive, in case you wish to prepare any tea ingredients for them. Oh, and if you are needing a refresher on how to make plants, try going to the library upstairs. There's a book in there on gardening, written by Borrow's very good friend Sylvia. Oh, who the fuck is Sylvia? I may find it useful. I'm quite certain Sylvia has phrased it better than I could have. Huh. With that, let us begin the exciting tea management adventure. It's beginning. Here we go. Are we doing it? Yes, we're doing it right now. It's happening as we speak. Okay, great. Good for us. Good for us, indeed. I like that awkward little silence. Pick it up. Take it. Take it. You can do it. I don't get it. Boro had no problem carrying it. So what's wrong with me? I'll fix this. That's what I'm good at. You should try tying a rope to it and just try pulling it that way. Now thinking outside the box. Maybe it's just your hands that are broken. Tips for using your inventory. You can swap an item in your hand for an item in your inventory by selecting the inventory item directly. No need to stash the held items. In the options menu, you can switch the inventory button press to be either toggle on or on off or press and hold. Okay, what the hell is my inventory button? Out of sheer curiosity, what the hell is even my inventory button? I'm gonna guess this. Ah, yeah, I'm gonna guess this. Okay. Let's take my broom and broom away. Is there like piles of leaves that I can broom? I use my broom. Look at how good I'm brooming. There's piles of leaves. Go away! Go away! Ba-bomb! And we get a seed. Okay. How exactly am I getting T-balls though? I kind of need T-balls if I'm gonna get customers. Boro! You said there is some T things left there, but in the forest. Hello, miss. Is there something I can be assisting you? What should I do next? Well, let's see. Well, I can't think of anything. No, indeed, nothing at all. Nothing? Aren't you in charge around here? Give me something to do. Miss Alter, while I'm appreciating your enthusiasm, I must humbly request your patience. Sometimes there will simply be nothing to do. This is, in fact, the way of things. And you have pushed yourself so hard recently, Boro is thinking you are due for a bit of nothing. What do you say? Is it acceptable to not have any particular task at hand? Fine. Excellent. I'm tremendously grateful for your inexhaustible patience. Great. So we have nothing to do. Well, if we have nothing to do, then might as well do something. Plant some plants. If I plant these things, can I harvest them immediately? Yo, who the fuck are you? No, apparently not. What if I water them? Hello? Customer? Hello there! Yes, hi. Do you want tea? This is a tea shop. Do you want some? No thank you. I'm fine. No tea. Thank you for asking, though. Sure. In that case, I'll just, do something else then? Sure. Sure. Okay. Damn, this is the realest conversation I've ever seen in a video game. Okay. Okay. Can hold to highlight the current location of characters who want to talk with you. Highlight mode can also be toggled on or off. Boro, this guy is weird. Can we throw him out? Hello, miss. I saw you speaking with our new customer. How did it go? Terribly. I asked them if they wanted tea, right? And they just said no. I see. And what is the terrible part? That's the terrible part. This is a tea shop. People are supposed to order tea. Are they? Who made this rule? That one must be ordering tea. I did. I made it right now. Someone has to make the rules, and since I work here now, I guess it's going to be me. The first rule is there will always be rules, and this is the first of them. Miss Alta, you might wish to try a lighter touch with our customers. Some of them will ask for tea, some will not. It's being entirely their decision. We're not in control of them, no. We should be, though. We should be. If I could pick up my sword, I would ram it through his throat. What? Rules? Has Miss Alter never broken a rule before in her life? No, this person is on our tea shop. They're going to drink tea. I'm putting my entire mission on pause to be here, to make tea for people. The least I could do is respectfully take tea when I offer it. Well, it sounds like you've made up your... Can a tea man? We're doing it my way now. Who wants tea? Okay. We're suddenly very adamant about people getting tea. It's good. Can I water you? Does that do anything if I water you? Apparently it doesn't do anything if I water you. Okay. There are... I don't know what to call them. I'm gonna call them chickens for now. The frick are you guys? Can I water you? If I had my sword, you would become chicken nuggets. Okay. I don't know what weird crossover you are from penguins and chickens. I'm not sure. But for now, I choose to ignore you. Okay, got my water. How do I get tea leaves though? Out of curiosity. Simple plants. Pink flower fern. I mean, I would assume that... Yeah, doesn't seem to be the case. Okay. These are only like to make hybrids. Interesting. Do I have to go outside and collect like things here? For tea leaves. Things. These are for tea leaves. Okay. I probably have to like find a way to do that as well. Oh! Oh, you can just sit down. Oh, that's nice. Oh, we got nice little camera movement. Okay, that's enough. I don't want to be cozy anymore. Leave me. Let me be uncozy. Let me figure things out. I mean, if we do large hybrids, then we're gonna make... And we're gonna make... fruits, right? Let me look at my guide again. Small hybrids. Okay, I'm gonna assume that if we do... If we do blue and pink on the side, it's probably gonna give us new plants. See? I'm smart. I know how to garden. What do we get? Did it just give me pink seed again? Just gave me pink seed again. I feel a little bit scammed. Okay, if I do this, and we're gonna do... No, I didn't. I wanted these, please. Thank you. A blue seed and another blue seed. And then we water it. Also getting a pink seed. Is that like random? Oh. Okay. That is weird. Ah, no, we're getting both seeds. Ah, we're getting blue and pink seeds. Ah, probably is like... Yeah, there's a chance. Okay, so we're getting both seeds out of this. Ah, okay. Okay, I kinda understand. Not really, though. Kinda understand, but not really, though. Okay. Out of simple completionism, let's just do this, and this, and this. Bam! And now we have a pink fruit. And I have no more water. No more water in my can. Let me fill up my water. Okay, and this should just give me pink things. Yeah, this just give me pink seeds. Okay. Now, I have basically everything I need for all of the... seeds, but how the heck am I getting normal T-balls? Hello, Burrow. You know how a bunch of these plants outside seem to glow? Well, I was watering a plant and suddenly it stopped glowing. It won't produce any new fruits or seeds. Ah, Miss Alter, you have depleted the plant of its resources. How industrious of you. All plants are having a finite number of items which they can produce. Yes, it's true. Once you have been watering them for a certain number of times, poof! No new seeds. The glowing you mentioned is actually pollen. No more fruits, hence no more pollen. This is like retirement for plants. You can imagine them playing golf and attending bingo nights if you wish. They may not be producing resources for us, but they can still be delightful pieces of decoration. Of course, you're always welcome to be making more new plants if you're needing new resources, yes? All the plant children to slowly shuffle along the mortal thread toward plant golf. What? Well, I will propel them rapidly toward old age. Haha, that's certainly up to you. Perhaps the plants are all looking forward to plant golf. Who knows? I don't know if they want plant golf. Oh. Okay, so this one is dead. How do I kill that then? Ah, like this. Cut it. If it doesn't produce anything anymore, I don't need it. Ah. I still don't know how the heck I'm getting like normal tea leaves though. What the hell is this? What are you? It's a package. I'll ask Burrow about it. Who just leaves packages around? Also, do you finally want some tea, dude? Hey there, we just talked a second ago. Alright, yes, hello. Yeah, about that. Let's not dance around and you're drinking tea and that's final. Oh, well, it's just that I'm not really thirsty at the moment, so, you know, no tea from me right now. Yeah, and thank you. Do you know what I'm going through right now? Let me explain to you what my day has been like. I have to be nice to complete strangers. That is like the most annoying thing ever. I understand that. I truly do understand that. Oh, man. I think like these are fairly... I don't know. Do you just go up to people and tell them that? I have to be nice to complete strangers. Well, that's terrible. And now I'm out here trying my hardest to run a tea shop for who knows how long. My own responsibility is to put tea in people's hands. That's it. I'm sorry you have to do that. So I'm going to make you tea, and you will drink it because you're in the tea shop. Yes, are we good? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. For what? I need to leave. Goodbye. I'm sorry. What? You can't leave. How will I give you tea? I'm sorry. I think he didn't like that approach very much. But hey, if he doesn't pay and he doesn't want tea, then he's not my customer. But I found a package lying around. What should I do with it? Oh, you must found a lost parcel. Yes, that is happening from time to time. It seems that when a person loses an item here in the forest finds a way to return it to them. Oh no, are these like lost items from Fire Emblem? No! Apparently that way is by dropping it off here in the clearing for us to put it in the mail. You can take the package over to our mailbox and drop it inside. That will ensure that it is returned to its rightful owner. Does that make sense? It does not. You're telling me the forest places package here? Oh, the forest is moving things around all the time. This is quite common. You can say why or how it happens. These would simply have a mind all of their own. For example, Bor has been looking for his favorite pair of boots for weeks now. Did I simply misplace them? No, surely not. It was definitely the forest moving them around. At any rate, if you do see any packages flying around, you're welcome to mail them back to their owner. Okay, then I guess we're putting it into the magical mailbox. I've already left. The person in the cape just walked out on me for no reason. Haha, I see. And did you happen to insist that drinking tea is an absolute requirement here? Yeah, duh, because again, this is a tea shop. Miss Alter, Bor is very glad to see you tackling your new role so enthusiastically, but please remember that making tea is only being part of what Wonderstop offers. Customers may simply want to rest you for a moment, yes? Just a break from travel. Or sometimes they're not even knowing what they want, and that is okay as well. These people seem like real losers. They sound like they don't need me then. Indeed, some cases that might be true. But then, why am I here at all? If there isn't something I can do out here, I'm going to lose my mind. Otherwise, I'm not making progress on something. I'm going to freak out. How would you feel about using some downtime to maintain the shop a bit? I'm sure we will be having new customers soon. It might be good to do some preparation. For instance, if there are any new plants you wish to make, perhaps now is a good time. Or if you see any leaves gathered into piles, you can sweep them up. The time between customers is our downtime, Miss Alta. It is a moment just for us. Please, I would encourage you to enjoy it if you can. Oh, and you can also do Boris' favorite pastime in the whole world, drinking tea. Would you perhaps try making a cup of tea for yourself? I think you might like it. You should be looking in your field guide to find a fruit flavor that would suit you. With a finished cup of tea, you'll find a nice spot to sit in and drink it. Sitting in a lovely place with a delightful beverage is easy to let the mind wander, yes? It's time only for you, Miss Alter. Some lovely time to do nothing at all. Yes, a wonderful sort of stuff tea is. Well then, do you feel as though you have enough to do now, in our downtime? None of these sound like measurable objectives. Heh, indeed, they're not. But that's why they're good to practice. It's like anything, Miss Alter, it gets better with practice. I'm very grateful for your patience, and good luck with your continuing tea shop adventures. So, no objectives, no stress, no goals. Just me and the tea. Me and the tea. Honestly, I would get annoyed as well. What is this? I don't know. A teacup? We found a dirty old teacup out in the wilds. How disgusting if the health department sees that. Here, put it in the dishwasher. Yo! Dishwashing time! Do you guys use soap for that? And technically speaking, shouldn't that be hot water? To make it clean? Just talking out of, you know, experience. You probably want to use hot water for things like this. But it's okay. I'm still not entirely sure how I get, like, tea leaves. I think if I want to run a tea shop, I might want to know how that works. But I kinda don't. Puff pod. Weeping tree. Okay, so we have... Tastes like the origins of the plant itself. Makes you nostalgic for something you never actually experienced. Savory, nutty, full-bodied, and can sometimes cause burning sensation in the... What? Consuming it ages you by 1 minute. What? Oh. Tastes like the day you first met your best friend. Tart, sticky, and high in caffeine. Oh. Okay. Guess we'll just be cutting and brewing a bit. Where is my... Can I... Out of pure curiosity, can I put the mushrooms... Can I put the mushrooms in the tea? Let's just try. Hold the water! Where's the water actually coming from? Well, technically speaking, I still have tea. How about I just use that tea for now? Probably gotten cold by this point. Oh, there's the camera. Oh. Oh. Look at that. The person who placed the parcel in the mail. Detective Greyline here. The package that you mailed to me just so happened to have been the crucial piece of evidence and to crack the Susie Winderkins case. How did this vital piece of evidence end up in your hands? I don't know, but I'm grateful you sent it. Now little Miss Winderkins will get to thankfully go free. Be fully declared and be fully cleared of all charges of mass aggravated livestock theft. It's now a victory for justice and a close call at that. Little Susie has requested that I sent you her favorite doll as a thanks. It may not mean much to you, but this doll is special to her. She and I both appreciate your help more than words can say. Until next time. You picked up the attached item. I now have a teddy bear. What do I do with the teddy bear? I'm guessing I'm just placing it here. Nah. Honestly, stuffed dolls like these are creepy as hell. Stuffed dolls like these give me chills. I don't know, they kind of remind me of like Chucky the Murder puppet. What's the name, Raid? Can I make a photo of my sword, my beloved? The only love I ever need, my sword. A photo! You have a photo! Can I just put that on stuff? Aha! Works exactly as I planned! Is the cup ready? Oh, it actually looks like that. It looks vile like that. It's supposed to look like that. Okay, good to know. When it was already covered in everything unnatural and natural. Guess I'm just gonna brew myself a cup of tea. Okay, I guess it's supposed to overflow. Yes, it's kind of supposed to overflow. Well, I might as well sit down. Enjoy a nice cup of tea. Just relax. Let the mind rest.
Who would I say has wronged me? I mean, it's weird because obviously I've fought all of these rivals. People who have tried to tear me down in all sorts of ways. And I do resent a lot of them. But, bizarrely, my most vivid memory of being wronged was when I was 14 years old. My father came home from work, and he sat us down and told us that his job didn't exist anymore. We were going to move homes again. I was going to say goodbye to everything again. And it's like, he lost his job. That's what I remember. That he was weak. Why should I have to change my whole life around because he was too weak to hold on to something? That's how I felt at the time. Then, years later, I learned it actually hadn't been his fault at all. It was something totally outside of his control. So in theory, I should have been able to forgive him and move on, right? But I don't know. For some reason, I couldn't. It was like the anger had dug trenches in my chest. There was nothing I could do. There was no amount of rational explanation that would get it to budge. I still feel that anger. Even now. I don't understand why.
Tea flavors. Different flavors of tea will invoke different thoughts from Otto. When she sits down to drink, the above sticker will be printed in your field guide next to any fruit that Alta has offered her thoughts on. Tea leaves are not required when making tea for Alta. Huh. Tea leaves are not required? Ah, that doesn't make sense. Okay. Oh, man. I mean, it's weird. Yeah. Obviously, as a child, you probably don't understand things like that. It probably just feels very, very different. And moving as a child is probably one of the worst things ever because you leave everything behind. Your friends, your home, your familiar atmosphere, stuff like that. Luckily, I didn't move that much. Like, we only just moved from one town to the next over. Or from like a little village to like the bigger town. That's like all we moved from. But I remember like back in elementary school, one of my best friends moved away and that felt really shitty. You know, he moved far, far away. And that was like before the time when you had like WhatsApp and stuff like that. So keeping in contact was like not really something you could do in those times. So it was part of your life just leaving you for good. No. That is a shitty feeling. I mean, there was no one to blame for that. So you just had to accept it. There was nothing you could do. Is that a shiny rock? What the hell did I just pick up? I don't know. Doesn't tell me. Is it somewhere else? Do I have another pocket? Oh, there. Trinket? Yeah. What the hell is that? So yeah, things like these can be really annoying. I know the older you are, the more you understand things. The more you understand how things run. But still, shitty. Shitty to leave everything behind. To lose everything, even if, especially if it's not something you can control. And sometimes you just project that on other people. Even if they can't do anything for it, or because of it, you know, they can choose to keep their job sometimes. But yeah, that's how life is sometimes. Irrational. You know, Boris said, like, there are a lot of bushes outside that give me tea leaves, but I don't find that many. There are only some. But hey. At least we're getting a nice stroll through this clearing. This very, very magical clearing at that. Maybe that's even part of the idea. Instead of having like a farm, you just have to go outside. Ew, going outside. Disgusting. Who wants to do that? Ew! It's not about efficiency or doing things in a certain order. It's just actually really cozy. Just like doing what you want from time to time. The thing is, apparently we sustain ourselves through our own garden, so we don't have to worry about getting fed. Or we just live on tea. That also works, apparently. Yeah. And now we basically wait for customers. I mean, we can plant a few plants. We can do a few plans. This. And then we surround it with like pink stuff. This. And this. And this. A bomb! There are probably more plans, I'm gonna assume. The grid is relatively big. That looks like a tree. Why are grapes growing on the tree? Aren't they supposed to grow on bushes? Hey, we have more fruit. More fruit. You know what we could do? We could just look upstairs. Take a look upstairs in the library. See if there's something interesting for us to... Holy, that's cozy! Jesus. Oh, I want a fireplace like this. I'll be honest, I would burn my house down. So maybe it's better if we don't have a fireplace like this. Oh, man. All about gardening. Read. All about gardening. So, you've decided you want to learn more about planting and gardening. Wonderful. It's a decision you will very rarely regret. As you turn these pages, you will discover 32 pages, holy shit, that many beautiful and intricate secrets of the plants are around us and how to sculpt them into your image of beauty. I'm excited to share with you the joy of gardening, so let us go on this adventure together. Many of the fundamentals of gardening are inscribed within these pages. And even the fundamentals can be quite daunting. For a new gardener, remember, darling, absorb this information only at pace that you feel comfortable with. Perhaps even take a break between chapters to practice what you learned. Or don't. Maybe you want to stuff your brain so full of knowledge that your skull actually literally explodes. We all want to die in different ways, and that's what makes us each of us unique. I don't know if I want to go like that. Alright, no more procrastinating. Time to roll up your sleeves and get to work. Simply do your best out there. Remember to always be beautiful, my darlings. Chapter 1. Simple Plants. Simple plants are the most basic of flora. These are the building blocks of your garden. To plant one, you'll need to find the plant seed. The color of the seed tells you what plant it will produce. How many different types of plant seeds are there? Darling, I'm not a seediologist. Not all of us have the family connections necessary to get into the prestigious seediology school. Perhaps you should ask one of those snotty rich kids how many types of plant seeds there are. Once you've found the plant seed you want to use, place it in the ground and the simple plant will sprout. Okay, everything's pretty easy so far, right? Well, buckle up. Buckle your beautiful face up. My chaotic garden children, because we're about to discuss hybrids and you get to know this is where gardening gets wild. I heard the door. And that means customers, technically. Oh, it's just Borrow wandering around. Oh, it's a customer. Oh, customer. Hello, Mr. Knight. You have a very nice... What is wrong with your leg? That does not look healthy. Wow, Magzawi! This looks exactly like a tea shop in the middle of the woods. No way, no freaking way. Is that really what it is? A magical tea shop? Oh god, you sound like you're going to be a whole lot of fun, right? Isn't that what you were going to say? I see, that is what I was referring to. You said, not only am I real knight, I'm also real fun knight. Carol the knight, at your liege. A fair day upon you, and also upon me, who's an actual knight. Yes, somehow I'm not buying that you're a real knight. You're not, but I have all this knight stuff. What made you think I'm not a real knight? It's just your everything. Huh. I guess I can do my best to improve on everything. Hey, come to think of it, Timothy is also constantly asking me to improve on everything. Timothy? My son, and he's just the best darn son in the world. Aww, that's a big giant cheese wheel. Here, I've got a photo of him. Look at this. Look at him to the International World of Cheese Museum. He adored it. Did you know cheese isn't a plant? Wild, right? It isn't! Damn, wild. For Timothy's birthday, I made him a series of sweaters with my face on them. It's so that if he ever forgets me, he can just look down at the store and there I am. That is creepy as hell. Why would he forget you? Oh, he's always going on about wanting to purge me from his memories. You know how kids are. I don't. Ah, of course. Well, as a father, let me tell you, it's very normal for his son to wear a sweater of his father's face. Would you guys wear sweaters of your father's faces? I wouldn't. I certainly wouldn't. I think that's enough of Timothy. Yes, of course! We should save some of them for later. I don't get the impression that Timothy likes her very much. What? Of course he likes me! I mean, yeah, I may be the world's single biggest dork, but... And so lame, you just unbelievable lame. And oh god, Dad, stop taking photos, Dad, please! People are staring at us, Dad. I want to die right now. But other than that, he adores me, I think. Sure, whatever. Would you like a cup of tea? That's what we do here, I guess. Is drinking something that a real knight would do? Yes, that's a common trait among real knights. Then I will absolutely drink tea as part of my grand adventure. Is there any particular flavor you prefer? I think that was my thing. Well, to be honest, I'm pretty tired from all this walking. Do you have anything that could wake me up? Give me a big old shoot of energy? I'll go take a look and see if that's a thing. Your field guide now contains a section called Requests. Anything a character has asked you for will be recorded here. Open the field guide with Y. The field guide also contains information about different fruits and the various effect that each fruit has when consumed. We had like one that had caffeine in it, didn't we? I don't know if we did that thing already. I don't think so. Small large hybrids. Here, the Azai fruit tree. I think that is the one we need. So we need a pink one in the middle. You need a pink one in the middle, and the question is it blue or is it pink? Round. Guess we'll find out by testing. Are you telling me? Riddle beetle. Off pod. Okay, so this is the other way. Okay. It is pink. It is pink all the way. And we're gonna plant another one. Another one. Another one. Like this. And like that. And now we're there. Oh, there we are. Give me my fruit. Okay, so now we do have to brew tea. Do I have to drain that thing? Or? No, I did not. I kind of did not. My pocket is full. I have full pockets. Every pocket. Okay, it is all empty now. We're just gonna drain it into the nothing. Into the wide big abyss. Okay, that's how it works. Wee! Let's make another cup of tea. Okay, we already have the water in. That is really a weird game, not gonna lie. Wait! It is piping hard! To the valve! Opening the door! And then... I really want to put in mushrooms. Oh, Borer wants to talk to us, actually. No, not seeds. Here. Put in some fruits. And a tea ball. Whee! Yo, Borer! Say, Borer has noticed something very interesting happening to our tea machine. Have you seen the flower that are sprouting on the tea machine tree? It is no accident. It is just because of the spare tea that goes unused whenever you make a new batch. You see, whenever tea gets poured down the drain, it is in fact being poured directly onto the tree itself. Is your old and unused tea is actually hydrating the tree. How convenient. The more drinks you pour, the more flowers will be appearing on the tree. So please do not fret if some of the tea you make goes unused. All of it will be find its purpose in the end. Okay. Good to know. So we're definitely having a use for that tea. Now we have pink tea. Give me a cup. Place that cup under the tea machine. And pull the robe. Okay, it's actually always overflowing. Good to know. Hope that is not a sweet tea, because otherwise it would be sticky as heck. Yo, Mr. Knight. Got you some tea, bruv. Here you are. You might have wanted to remove your helmet. Did you just put the entire hot tea into your face? That must have kind of hurt. Wait a minute! I feel so alert! I'm out of my mind with energy! Again, this is peak Gerald right here! This is my best self! Can't believe that people are always telling me to chill out and for crying out loud, please stop. Well, those people can take a hike because I'm the one with the energy tea now. It's literally the best cup of tea that anyone has ever made. Thank you! By the way, can I ask you about whatever's happening to your leg? Oh, the purple smoke, it's bizarre, isn't it? Was wandering in these woods and all that happened is I tripped and scraped my leg. Well, technically I scrapped it into a glowing purple sword, and the sword was held by an old witch muttering to herself, "Oh, funny story," launched at me from the shadows and screamed, "You shall bear the mark, you shall become the shade. Its prisoner, its companion, is smoldering ash left from the fires of decay. Breathe its fumes and become the pain of becoming." I'm paraphrasing, but that's basically it. Gerald, I think that witch has cursed you. I sure, obviously that occurred to me, but don't worry, I'm fine. Your leg is literally smoking. Yeah, but to heal myself, I did like 100 sit-ups after all this happened. So, you know, I'm pretty sure I'm in peak physical condition right now. That's not how you heal curses. Hey, who's the knight here? I don't think you... Look, I understand this kind of thing is probably really new for you. It is, if it's really concerning to you, I'll do another 50 sit-ups after we finish the sea, okay? See? I'll be fine. If you say so. Glad you agree. After all, I'm a real knight. And if there's one thing knights are known for, it's physical health and well-being. Okay, time to reflect on the taste of the sea. Like a knight! I want to drown myself. Are you paying for that tea, actually? Out of curiosity? Am I making money? Guess it's free tea here. Also, my cup! Give me my cup bag! Oi! My cup! Cup stealing knight! How dare they! Rude. That is literally so rude. Hey. Our old friend is back. Did you see our old friend coming back? Never trinket. What am I doing with all these trinkets? Am I just supposed to put them on the shelves? Am I supposed to just put them on the shelves? Apparently I am. That bear looks scary. Why are his eyes so red? Here. This one also. I have no idea what it actually is supposed to be. I have no idea. A crystal? Some sort of beehive? I don't know. Hi! Oh, you're back. Say there, local citizen. Have you found yourself troubled lately by malevolent spirits? Indeed, more than ever, demons seem to haunt you every waking minute. A tragedy. Surely in your own town, you have to notice the abundance of unlawful apparitions? What? Apparitions? What's going on here? What are you doing? Then I say, you are in good... Hang on, what comes next? Oh. Then you're in good fortune because your neighborhood demon hunter has arrived. Pause for exciting murmuring. Did you know that in communities without a demon hunter present, those communities are more likely to have demons that the math checks out? How about if I bring you tea? Yes, I know what you're thinking. Surely the price of such assistance is more than I can afford. Well, my friend, this is where you are in luck. For you see, the Order of Demon Hunters believes that these vital community services should be provided at no cost to you. Wow, how could it be? Tune out. For although we know this is a controversial topic, the Order of Demon Hunters believe that all communities deserve to live in peace and security. Pause for shocked gasps. That's why, for merely the price of room and board, the highly trained demon hunter before you could soon become a vital fixture in this exceeding charming neighborhood. Please do not rush to an answer. Discuss it among your local elders first, as is needed. I do eagerly await your reply. May your township steer towards its own greatness fortune. Cool. Anything else? No? Right. Well, here's what I'm noticing. You're a demon hunter looking for a town to help, right? But I can't give you that. That need. But I can't give you that need because this isn't a town. So, you know, sorry or whatever. Say, let's discuss the ways in which demons may manifest in your neighborhood. Town hall meetings that run far longer than intended. Neighbors in disagreement about proper fence heights. Anxiety. And many more. Parties being thrown at inappropriate hours. Square dancing events taking place without proper permits. Conflict over what constitutes a family-friendly karaoke song. Citizens suddenly inexplicably believing they know martial arts. What kind of demons are they? Look, I'm trying to be patient, okay? I'm trying. But I need something to do. Something to keep me active. I can't just sit and listen to people talk. So, Demon Hunter. This is a tea shop. I can make you tea. That's all I can do for you. Do you want tea or not? I guess, well, you have Reedley tea. I suppose we could do Reedley ceremony. It's a particular kind of ceremony that requires Reedley tea, so, if you have Reedley tea... Great! I will get you Reedley tea. Perfect. Thank you. By the way, what is Reedley tea? You've never heard of Reedley tea? Don't you, run a tea shop? Yeah, part-time. Fairly, I understand. Well, Reedley tea is brewed from Reedley beets, but I don't think I've ever actually grown Reedley beets before. I assume they come from a Reedley tree? Alright, I figured it out. I already did, because I already planted every tree imaginable. Hello. Say, Burrow has thought of something that you may wish to know about. Within our shop library, there's a book called The Book of Answers. Perhaps you've already seen it. Miss Alter, this is a very special book. It's an old and secret tome. You see, the Book of Answers knows exactly how to meet the needs of every customer who comes for our shop. Yes, if you ever find yourself struggling beyond all reason with a drink request, you can simply go look in that book. It will surely tell you exactly what must be done to make the person happy, no questions asked. Where does the Book of Answers come from? I'm not knowing. It is far older than even Burrow, if you can believe it. It's very simply custodians tending to its ancient and unknowledgeable magic. Personally, Burrow prefers not using the book. To solve our customers' requests is a great delight. From time to time, even I'm indulging myself in a good old-fashioned spoiler. Ha, yes indeed. Nevertheless, now you know of its existence. You may use it or not. Can I explain what is wrong with me? Well, is possible the Book of Answers is mostly containing answers to shop-related questions, or perhaps Miss Alter's conundrum doesn't have a clear answer. Oh, my, what a dilemma that would be. Yes, but not to think about that, let's just assume that the Book of Answers only pertains to shop-related questions. But I am the shop! What answers do you want other than me being the shop? Did you bring my cup back, you stupid knight? Where is my cup? Where is my cup? Where did you leave my cup? Did you just litter? That is not very knightly behavior. I'm gonna throw that pot at you. I just stashed that pot in my inventory. Okay. Where the hell is that pot now? Ah, there is a pot. And I can drop the pot in the tea shop. If that is not the best line you ever heard in a rap song, then I don't know. I don't know. So I guess now is my quest to find the missing teapot. What are you actually supposed to be? Guess we figured it out along the way at some point. A broom! Damn, you can see the fighting experience in her. Holy hell. You know, voice acting like this or like reading like this, I kind of want to play a visual novel at some point. I've been thinking about playing Clannad. Like the visual novel of Clannad, but I'm not entirely sure if that's allowed. I think so? Technically speaking, since it's a game, I think it's okay. But yeah, I kinda been thinking of doing something like this. Because it helps me reading comprehension, stuff like that. Always nice. Always good. I like doing voices, stuff like that. Characters. It's fun. So maybe. Maybe. Kinda wanna do it. Kinda. And Clannad is a really good story. Not gonna lie. Like, from a visual novel perspective, it's a really good story. Even the anime is fire and the visual novel is really good as well. There are a few good visual novels out there. I think we talked about this before, but the problem with visual novels I have today is that most of them don't really have, like, roads you can take. You're just, like, basically reading, like, a manga, on your PC. Which is, in essence, fine, but for me, a visual novel always has to be, like, a bit more, like, having choices and stuff like that. That was, for me, always, like, a bit more of a visual novel. But that could also be that it's the visual novels I used to play. The visual novels I used to play were, like, more dating sim related, you know? That's probably because I have that feeling that they need to be, like, with routes and decisions that you actually make. What the hell are you? Another doll! Well, it was a yellow I was thinking was an octopus, but it was a doll. I prefer my visual novels not to be messed up like Doki Doki Literature Crop. I still need to play that as well. Could also do that. Where the hell is my trinket? There is my trinket. Okay, the inventory is really annoying. But yeah. I do like my visual novels, but I haven't played that many in, like, the past few years. But I'm trying to get, like, into reading again anyway. Like, reading stuff. Generally reading stuff. I have, like, a light novel here. What's it called? Something about Greatest Assassin was reincarnated as a Duke's daughter or something like that. So yeah, I'm trying to get back into reading, like, a bit more. Not just like anime, manga stuff, but, like, also, like, actual books. Kind of. You know, like, lying in bed and like just reading a bit is actually pretty nice. It is actually pretty nice. I'm trying to do that a little bit more. I'm trying not to read only like fantasy novel stuff. Because the only books I read are like things that are close to like, or like similar-ish to the Song of Ice and Fire, Game of Thrones, stuff like that. That's like the go-to thing I like to read. Fantasy stuff that's like a bit more harsh. But since a certain kind of author doesn't really care about finishing that last book he wants to write, it's a bit hard, you know? How long has he been trying to write that book now? I don't even know if it's gonna be the final book. I don't think it's gonna be the entirely final book. Maybe there's like one more. But yeah, I just kind of wish that the final book of the Song of Ice and Fire would just come. Just come. It would be so great. Would love that. Because then I could devour it again. Could devour it. Okay. We made this guy a tea, so we might as well make ourselves tea. Can I sit here? Oh, I can sit here. Nice. That's cozy. Ooh.
I don't think I have a best friend. Do I? The closest is probably this kid who always came into the shop where my dad worked when I was young. I didn't like this guy. But he hung around the shop so often that at some point he just defaulted to being my friend. One day, he and I are hanging out, and he says, "You know your dad's a loser, right?" Of course, I thought my dad was a total loser. I thought he was weak and spineless. But for some reason, I just instinctively punched this kid right in the face. I'd never punched anyone before.
As it should be.
I hit him again, there on the ground, and he tried to kick back. But I held him down and hit him, and hit him, and then... Then a bit later, my dad lost his job, and we had to move. And I never saw that kid again. After we moved, I remember the very first thing I did was sign up for boxing classes.
I mean, to be fair, that doesn't really sound like a good friend as well. That kind of sounds like an asshole. I mean, what were they? I think they were 14 or something at this time, if that story checks out. So yeah, I can understand if someone would tell me that my dad is an asshole. You might not take it that kindly. What happened here? Why are there mushrooms on the ground? What kind of mushrooms are you? And at the end of the day, it's still your family, right? Don't want anyone to speak bad about your family. Even though it might be true. But they don't have a right to do that. Here, take some poison shrooms. Planned entire cafe full of poison mushrooms. Why? Because I can, obviously. I don't know what mushrooms are good for. Can I put them into the tea? I don't know. Do you have a broom on your head? Mr. Knight? I'm confused on so many levels. Oh, we already had that. Okay. What? Can I now? No, I still can't pick these up. Want me to, like, cut them? Can I cut them? I can't technically cut them. Probably was supposed to, like, water them or put a plant in the middle of it. Probably. Now I destroyed the entire thing. Only you can talk smack about your family. Right, that is how it goes. I think there was like a Scrubs episode, wasn't there? Where Dr. Cox and Dr. Kelso were talking about their children. And they were talking shit about their own kids for a while, and then Dr. Cox was like mean to Dr. Kelso's kid. And then suddenly everything turned sour. You know? And that is basically it. Always okay talking smack about your own family, but about other people's family, you should be more considerate. Even if someone else is like saying it, you know? Even if I would be saying like my father is a dumbass, I don't want anyone else calling him a dumbass. And that is my only right to do. No one else's. I honestly wish I had like a storage chest. That's what I kind of wish I would have right now. What did that guy want? I think I have what he wants. Yeah, Riddle bead. Riddle bead, fine, I'm making your tea. I will now make your tea, mister. It is empty. I'm still curious if I can throw mushrooms in it. I kind of don't want to destroy an entire batch of tea just by testing out if I can throw mushrooms in it. Water! Probably don't need to do as much tea though, don't I? Probably can just throw in half the amount, be happy as well. Yay, it's hot! It's hot, just like you guys. So hot. Okay, here's my beetle. Beetlejuice! Beetlejuice! Beetle. What else? Can I throw in the mushroom? Mushroom. Here. I can't throw them in. Okay. Then we put in the tea ball. I don't know if that did something. I don't know if that changed something, but there is now officially mushroom tea. And I don't know if I like that. Okay, so apparently the tea thingy things come here automatically. At least I don't remember putting in like an extra thing of tea. Oh, frick. I forgot. Got to turn the door. Whee! This ladder seems like a health and safety issue, not gonna lie. Seems like a bit like a health and safety issue. Fast it moves. Beetle tea. I don't know if I would like a tea out of that. Although it's probably healthy. Here, I have a tea. I have a little special ingredient for you. Here you go. Tea. A go tea. Verily, you have brought me this ceremonial ritual tea. As is customary, we will now perform the time-honored ritual ceremony. Oh, I'm excited. I haven't done a riddle ceremony in ages. There's more? Yes. This isn't a town. I didn't accept you into anything. Leave me alone. Fine, one ceremony and that's it. Very good. Come, let us adjourn to the place of ceremony. Oh, so, where's your, place of ceremony? I do not have a place of ceremony because that isn't a real thing. But don't you have some kind of designated spot? The book says every town should have a ceremonial spot. Duh, I forgot. We do these by the big willow tree. Verily, let me just put this cup down and then I'll meet you there. You know, sometimes it's just easier to accept. Sometimes it's just easier to go with the flow. Just pretend. Pretend until you make it. That's how Who? Is that? Ew! Who put that cup there? Ew, it's stinky! Dishwasher, go! Clean that cup. Thank you. Please, maybe you could do like 2 rounds of dishwashing with that thing. Ugh. And here we are, the spot of ceremony. I have fuzzily placed the ceremony altar. Fuzzily? I don't know. Verily, it is time now for the real ceremony to begin. So the way these things work is that you start by talking about yourself. You know, opening up about your fears, your hopes, your dreams, that sort of thing. It's good to know what you're struggling with, being as vulnerable and authentic as possible. We'll spend maybe 20 minutes talking about you, and then the ceremony itself will begin. No. No, absolutely not. No? But the real ceremony is supposed to be about you and your life. We can't do the ceremony if we don't know anything about you. I don't care. Okay, well, I guess we'll just begin the ceremony. Hereupon this day, our community gathers to conduct the real ceremony. Congenial. Today's ceremony is in honor of our special guest. Say your name. Alta. Our special guest and cherished member of our community, Alta. Specifically her journey with, and so our community has gathered to assist her with that. You sure you don't want to say something? Nah, you're doing great. Okay. Let us offer her these words of guidance during these difficult times. May you, sort of, you know, I hope that that you, like, that it's all okay for you, you know? Like, if stuff is, like you're having trouble or whatever, then it's, you know, it would be cool if... Not that. Not that thing. If it's bad, I mean, if it's... Let's see, what else is there to say about that matter? This is hard. You didn't tell me very much about yourself. There's literally nothing else going on in my life. Really? But everybody has something going on. Nope, nothing at all. Blank slate. Please, I'd be so honored to be a part of your community. I would love to know more about you. We don't have to try and solve your problems or anything, you know? It's just who you are. What do you care about? I'd really like to know if you cared to. No. Okay, I understand. Thank you very much for attending this riddle ceremony. The ceremony is now completed. Are you just gonna leave the candles burning? That's a fire hazard! Oh, unprofessional. Oh, very, very unprofessional. Oh, this cup is standing here for like 2 seconds. It's already like reeking. Ew. Okay. Put this in here. I can technically also run. I keep forgetting about this. Is this the book? The Book of Answers? Just out of curiosity. Oh. It's empty. The Book of Answers doesn't have answers. Well, that is as much as I expected from this. Chapter 2, Small Hybrids. Is there anything more I learn about the hybrids? Chapter 3, the Brewer. Chapter 5, Fruits. Social commentary. Moving plants around. Tea break. Okay, interesting. I don't think we learn anything more in that book about anything else. You've chosen a very good spot. You've chosen a very good spot to sit. I do like that spot also. Give me a cup of tea. I think we didn't have that tea yet, did we? Might as well drink a cup ourselves. Before we pour it away. Where do we want to sit though? Where is like a nice... Oh, I see a nice cozy place. Maybe another depressing story. Let's go here. There's a lot of decorating you could do. Like every pot of these is like basically for you to decorate with plants. Interesting.
Oh, gross. As soon as I drink this tea, my feet start hurting. Ew. My feet already hurt from climbing these ladders. I don't need more pain. Well, I mean, pain is fine by me. But it has to be good pain. I think I have an infinite tolerance for pain, as long as it's good. As long as it's the, you know, the correct kind.
What exactly is the correct kind?
Everything in this forest has been so miserable. Because it keeps on feeling like bad pain. The wrong kind, and oh my god. I hope this turns out to be good pain. Please let this be good pain. Please.
I mean, there's like the pain of after work hard, something like that, you know, like a pain of achievement, the pain of things like that. Obviously, that's not the worst kind of pain. It's still annoying, not gonna lie. Like having muscle soreness is not the nicest pain you can have, but it's at least something you worked for. Just waking up with back pain is annoying though. You wake up and you just wake up with a stiff neck. Isn't that wonderful? Nothing happened. You just slept, but it was apparently enough for your body to break. Isn't it great to get older? Isn't it wonderful? We like that. No, we don't. No, we most certainly do not. Can I pick up my sword now? Is that enough of a rest? I'm just gonna plant these mushrooms again. I don't think they do anything in particular. Maybe there's like some new recipes in like later stages of the game where you need the mushrooms, but so far I haven't seen any use for them. Hello, Mr. Sword? Nope. Still not able to. Still haven't overcome more trauma. Or trouble and trauma. Too bad, too sad. But I think this is what... This is a time and place where we can say... That's enough for today. It is definitely a really cozy game. It is definitely really cozy, and I like the characters. As imagined from like a game that is written by the people who made Stanley Parable. I didn't play the beginner's guide. I wanted to play that game at some point. Because it's also apparently really nice. More narrative focused game. Let me make myself bigger. Bigger, better. Ah. Hello. I am big now. I am big now. As expected of the game that is like made from the people who made the beginner's guide and the Stanley Parable, the writing and the characters are really nice. I really like Burrow. Burrow is a really cool guy. Altar is also I wouldn't say she's relatable at this point in time because I'm not really relatable to someone who's a fighter, but in general, it's a really interesting development. I can see the story really working out fine, and obviously the characters are really exciting. I like Gabriel. The knight is really cool, and our demon hunter friend is just weird. So Gedo had a good time today. Gedo had a good time. Gedo was relaxed and chill. I kind of wish the gardening thing was a bit more prevalent. She kind of could take care of a bit more of the gardening, because it doesn't seem to do a lot. But I get the feeling that this game wants to give you, like, do nothing. Don't feel forced to do anything. Just take a step back with everything. That is basically like soaking through the entire game. It's cozy, it's chill. You don't have to do anything if you don't want to. You can just sit down and grab a cup of tea if you just feel like it. That's really nice. That is something not a lot of games do. And I do find myself like wondering like what should I do next all the time, but this game doesn't want you to do something next. Just relax, chill, take a second. Leave the troubles behind and listen to the stories of the weird Gabriel knight that has apparently been cursed by a witch. But it's fine because he did sit-ups. Remember guys, what did we learn today? If you are cursed by an evil witch, just do some sit-ups. So yeah, it's a very relaxing, very calming game. Gabriel is just him. He's the best. Probably be a really nice dad. But to be fair, for some Timothy, he's probably really embarrassing. The way he behaves here right now, I can totally understand why Timothy is a bit embarrassed. Although he did take him to the Museum of the Cheese, and I have to agree that is very nice. I would go to a cheese museum, because if I can taste test all of the cheese there, then I'm a happy boy. Cheese is great. We should do more things with cheese. Everything should be covered in cheese. I like cheese. So yeah. Cheese is 10 out of 10. Cheese belongs on everything. Literally. Literally everything and anything should have some sort of cheese in it. The sad thing is, like, most of the cheese you can buy in Germany is like really standard, like Gouda or I don't know, we have Tilsiter or like Swiss cheese, stuff like that. It's like very standard. You have a lot of like these astronaut cheese things. It's like packaged in plastic wrap. I don't know if you're technically allowed to call that cheese. I don't know if you're technically allowed to call that cheese. I don't know. Especially red Leicester? Leicester? Oh. I don't think I had that before. I don't think so. At least it isn't all just cheddar like on this here in Britain. No, actually cheddar is really rare here. The only times we actually have cheddar is maybe if you have like a burger place, there you have like cheddar in a burger. Other than that, you don't really. There's cheddar in stores, but it's very rare actually. Most of it is Gouda and most of it is like Swiss cheese. That's what we commonly have. Or like Parmesan, some sort of Parmesan. But that thing is expensive. Although I do like to use Parmesan whenever I do like sauces. Like cream sauces. I like to use that more than like Gouda or other cheeses because Parmesan just gives it more unique taste. It's basically the only cheese here. This is from someone who loves every cheese. Man, that's sad. That is sad. That's actually sad. Yo, Britain, step up your cheese game. I mean, I don't mind cheddar. Cheddar is an actually nice cheese as well, especially melted. You melted. I mean, you can eat it unmelted as well, but I think cheddar needs to be melted. Some melty cheese to, you know, get all the tastes out. Yeah. True. Instead, we have like 7 brands of tea bags in each store. What's like the Yorkshire, Goldshire? What's the big brand? I don't know. Oh, tea culture in Germany is also very, very big, to be fair. There's a lot of tea you can buy, but Yorkshire tea. Ah, that was it. There's also a lot of tea you can buy, but honestly, to be fair, like the most tea has become so unbelievable expensive that I just use like the store brand for most of it. Like I can either pay like $4 for one package of like what's it called? Big company brand tea, not brandy. Brandy is something else. That's also nice. You could also put brandy in tea. That is a different experience. Yeah. So you could take brand tea for like a lot of money, but I like to just take the store brand. It's so much cheaper. It is so much cheaper. If I would look for like most exquisite tea, you probably go for something like loose tea. It's like putting Coke in toast and you have Coke taste. Coke toast. Oh yeah. Huh. Almost unnoticeable. I mean, there are some certain cocktails that you do with like hot tea and like alcohol as well. Never been a big fan of that, to be honest. It's like with warm sake. It's sometimes nice, but generally, nah. I don't know. Not the biggest fan. There's like, I don't know. What was it? No, Moscow Mule is also something cold. There was like some sort of drink that is like hot, that's done with hot tea. I don't know anymore. It was like, we had it from for a time on our menu. But I have the memory of a worm, so I don't know. Also, very fun fact, Pepsi is better than some toilet and pipe cleaners in the fact of how they grease better. Yeah, I mean, wasn't there like a case that someone sued? I don't know if it was Coke or Pepsi, that they found like a rat or something in their can, and Pepsi or Coke, I don't know which one. They kind of disproven that by showing that the mouse would have dissolved in the cola already by the time it would have been opened. Something like that. Or was Mountain Dew? Ah, Mountain Dew. Okay. I thought it was like cola or Pepsi, but Mountain Dew also works. I never really understood Mountain Dew. It just kind of tastes like an inferior Sprite. But I think there's like a lot of caffeine in Mountain Dew if I'm remembering correctly. I'm not entirely sure. It looks nice, but you know, if I have a craving for Mountain Dew, I probably just go for a Sprite. Oh, never really understood the Mountain Dew cold. I don't know about like Baja Blast or whatever it's called. Never had the experience of that. Maybe that's like fire, but in general, Mountain Dew is nothing I really crave too much. Yeah, I like it because of the fact that it gives me a lot of energy as I'm constantly sleeping. Oh, okay, that's fine. So it does have some sort of caffeine in it, if I remember correctly. I think I'm not entirely sure. I think that's actually like regulated in Germany. I'm not entirely sure if you can get it in every store or like easily. I don't think I see it that much. So it might be that there are some sort of regulations on it. I know that if you go like over the borders, you can get it easily, but I think in Germany is actually some sort of regulation on that, or it was for a time. I don't know if they fixed that. So yeah. Also don't know, like technically speaking, Coke is like also with caffeine, but I never feel like more awake with that. I don't know. But it could also be that in my younger days, all we basically drank was Coke, so I might have like a very high tolerance for caffeine, so I don't really like. I can drink energy drinks and then just head into bed. So I don't think caffeine works on me anymore. I don't know. Maybe I'm just built different, guys. It's regulated. Forbidden it's only in airports before water disposal and 1 pound shops. Okay, so it is. Yeah. Yeah. I wonder why. It's like a lot. Is it just the amount of caffeine it is, or is there something else in there that makes it like, no, you can dissolve rats in it, so we can't sell it. I don't know. But yeah. Always liked Sprite better, but I was always a cola company child. Never been too big of a Pepsi kid. What else is Pepsi? What else is Pepsi? Is 7-Up, isn't it? I don't know. There's also some weird of Fanta flavor for Pepsi, I think. Fanta is something I never... The thing is, Fanta and Sprite is something I never really take, because Sprite always just kind of glues my mouth together. I don't know why. It just always kind of feels like there's some sort of slime building when I drink Sprite. And Fanta is generally just too sweet for me. I don't know. I don't like it. The amount of caffeine, and I think there's like some sort of form of chemical in there, which is the main reason. Yeah, probably something like that. Probably something along the line. But hey, there's enough different things you can drink. Honestly, best to just drink water. Best trick if you ever want to be more healthy, just drink water. It is honestly the best go-to thing. Helped me a lot. Like when I tried to lose a lot of weight. Like when I was out of college and was a bit overweight. The best thing was just to cut all soft drinks and just replace them with water. It's annoying. It tastes like shit. It tastes like nothing, but it helps really a lot. By the way, cold Pepsi and warm Coca-Cola taste the same. Do they? I hate warm Coca-Cola. Just to be... Are we talking like room temperature or talking like left in the sun? Because one of them is okay. The other one is disgusting. It is wild. It is so... I don't know how people do that. Room temperature. Okay. But the thing is, I'm not a normal Coca-Cola guy. If I drink Coca-Cola, I drink 0. Because, you know, calories. But to be fair, at first it was like calories things, but now the taste of like normal Coca-Cola is just way too weird for me. I've got so accustomed to like 0, that just is better, in my opinion. In my humble opinion. It's just so much more enjoyable. Yeah. I don't know. Like, whenever I try, like, normal Coke, it's always a bit weird. It's always a bit weird. And the thing is, if you order them in restaurants, and sometimes, like, restaurants are, like, really cheap, and they don't even buy, like, Coca-Cola or Pepsi, they buy, like, store brand Coke. And that sometimes tastes vile. I don't know. My guy. It's weird. Please, just choose one of these. I'm okay with either of them. There's also like different other variations of Coca-Cola in Germany, from like smaller breweries, which are fine, but you know, nothing compares to big taste. Although I don't know if you actually taste that much difference. Like, you see these videos of blind tasting people, that drinking like a lot of products from different companies. So I don't know if you could tell the big difference. I probably couldn't differentiate about most things. I probably couldn't. I don't think so. It's probably really hard. It seems easy, but I think if you taste like 5 Cokes after another, I think you're gonna be very, very numbed to the taste and which is which. I honestly couldn't tell. Maybe I don't even think I would figure out which one is Coke Zero. Maybe I could taste the difference between normal Coca-Cola and Coke Zero, but other than that, I don't think so. I don't think so. I also saw like people in America did like 100 chicken nugget challenge from McDonald's. I was kind of thinking of doing something like that. I was kind of curious of doing something like that myself. I probably wouldn't do it from McDonald's because A, overpriced as fuck, and B, I don't really like the chicken nuggets there. They're fine, and they're not like anything special. There are better chicken nuggets out there. I'm kind of curious if there is like, if you could do it like 100 chicken nuggets. I don't know what the time limit was though. I think like an hour for like 100. That seems fine. That seems okay. I also saw like someone doing like 100 maki sushi, these little rolls. That was also like a challenge, but I don't want to order so much sushi and then it's left. Although I don't think it's gonna be left. I think I'm gonna be fine. Trust me, McDonald's tastes different in each country, and America is the worst. I heard that before. Like, America has like one of the worst McDonald's experience, which is weird since they have like invented McDonald's. So that's kind of like a skill issue. But I think like, isn't it because like most of their products are like with corn syrup or something? Like they don't use like regular sugar stuff. They use like their trusted corn syrup or something. That's because that's the thing. That's why Coke and banter and stuff like that also tastes like very different in America, isn't it? Because they use like some weird ass alternative instead of just using plain old sugar like the rest of the world. But the rest of the world also use kilogram and meters, and that's already like a very hard hurdle for Americans. So Gomini, dear American people, you're stupid. They overuse corn syrup. I heard that too. I'm actually kind of curious. Like, I don't know, maybe at some point we get like a box full of like American sweets and see if they actually taste that much different. But like, I don't trust the country that banned Kinder eggs because they were too dangerous. I don't trust them if you can't even have like Kinder Überraschungsei. Because it seemed to be a hazard. I mean, I get what's the reasoning behind it. There's some sort of lore behind that. Everything has to be edible or something. There was a good reason for it, but still weird. Weird. We've been selling these things for like, how long do we sell Kinder eggs for? Probably like 50 years by now. With like these little toys inside. They're really nice actually. And so far, not a lot of people have died because of them. Probably some. Not a lot though. Those American roads are just weird. It's way too chaotic. Luckily, I don't ever want to find that out. But like, again, if you go to like big cities, especially like New York and stuff, it's probably wild. Wild. At least what you see like on TV. I also saw like one a video about like one very major traffic road in New York, or I think it's Brooklyn or Manhattan. I think it's Brooklyn. I think it was Brooklyn or Queens, one of these. It was like one of the major traffic roads, but that thing is like almost entirely unusable by now, but there's no way to fix it. Because they can't reroute the traffic, and for some reason they can't rebuild it because of contracts they have with like the landowners of the houses around that, so they kind of screwed themselves there, so now they just hope and pray that nothing falls apart. Yay! Very, very interesting indeed. It is very, very interesting indeed. I don't know about the highways though. That probably is like really chill. Like if you drive for like the countryside and on the highways, it's probably pretty chill. Like nothing out of except for you and the road. I can imagine that feels pretty chill. I don't think it's that much traffic there. Probably as you get closer to like bigger cities, it's probably gonna be a bit more. But yeah. I don't know how big the road trip culture is still in America. I think actually a lot of people are still like driving there. Like most stuff with their cars. I think. Like, I think a lot of people go from like LA to Las Vegas. Which is, I don't know how long it is. It's a pretty decent drive, I think. But a lot of people probably do that still. Well, in places like Germany, you probably just take a plane and fly. You know, it's not like the most environmental friendly thing, but you know, we would take the train, but everyone believes German trains are like good. But I can tell you and assure you that German trains are the worst. They are terrible. You're lucky if they even arrive. It's gotten pretty bad over the years. I don't know. And it doesn't seem like we're getting any better. Which is sad. Because I like riding train. Train rides are fine. Train riding is very, very fun. But if the train doesn't come and they can't ride the train, then it kind of defeats the purpose of sitting in a train. You know? This kind of doesn't make sense then anymore. It's so sad. Because I personally hate to drive like long distance with my car. I don't know. I hate the entire thing of like driving there, and then you have to find the parking spot, and then you have to drive back, or rather just sit in the train, get there, get out of the train, and then do my shit and go back with a train. It seems more chill for most things. If you want to buy stuff, probably getting cars safer. Makes more sense. But other than that, you know, train rides would be great. But if a train doesn't arrive, and there's just one train every few hours, it's coming and going, then, not possible. Not possible. So yeah, that was my rant about the German train system. Hope you enjoyed that. Deutsche Bahn can go screw themselves. And yeah, I wish you were cozy. I hope you were. I wish you were cozy. I wish you were. I hope you were. I hope you were cozy. I hope the game was kind of interesting. I hope you enjoyed it. At least a little bit. I know it's a bit different than most games. I honestly expected also a bit more to do in the game. It was more like, just do nothing. But we talked about that already. So I'm not gonna repeat myself over and over again. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it at least a little bit. I hope you enjoyed me rambling about things. Hope it was fine. I hope you had fun. And we're gonna see each other tomorrow again. When we go through like old games. I also realized today that I think I screwed up the waiting room for this stream. I think I put it to like yesterday. I think I've also put in the wrong time. So yeah, but tomorrow we're gonna look for like some old games, some old game collections that I have here lying around. To be fair, I have them lying around on my desk for like the last 2 weeks, and I'm I had the idea of going through them for a stream and I just didn't put them away since then. So I'm glad we're gonna do that stream because then I can finally use my desk again. Yay! I am very lazy. Do be cozy. See you later, Gito. See you later, guys. Have a nice day. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.